Night Owls.
Turn on Night Owls.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Alan Robson with you. Of course, it is the Night Owls programme. And this is our Christmas and New Year show all in one, because next week on Greatest Hits, we've got a spectacular Christmas special lined up. So get ready tonight to hear the stars come out at night. And we shall speak of many things. But what is it that you're talking about? We always set you a challenge, and tonight's challenge is a good one. It's your best and your worst Christmas presents of all time. I want the whole story. Tell it like it is. From the moment you were born right the way up to the present day, your best and worst Christmas presents. And round about this time of year, there's a few bad gifts kicking about. If anybody gives you anything, you're always taught to act thrilled and put that fake, I've waited for this since I was 3.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, yeah, because you didn't see anything. I was always grateful for everything I really got, in all honesty.
So what was it that's left you blighted then?
It was a perfume, like a rectangular wooden box.
Uh-huh.
And it had about 12 small perfumes in.
Right.
They were French.
Mm-hmm.
They all smelled the same. Disgusting. Oh, thank you, Mum. Thank you, Dad. I love it.
Oh, that's the thing, because if you make it sound, if you're convincing enough, oh, well, she'll love that one we got her last year.
Oh, they were horrible. I mean, they were tiny little glass, beautiful little glass kind of perfume things.
Provided you didn't wear them. There you go. Now, regrets. We've had a few, but not few enough not to mention.
Well, I had a bottle of red wine before I actually went out of the house, so I was rather tipsy before I even got to the party. We then went and had quite a few Jaeger bombs and headed off to the party. I can remember actually getting in there. Can't remember the majority of the night, and getting little flashbacks before I actually went back to work on the Monday. I tried to take the saxophone off the saxophonist halfway through his song to have a go. I then had a glass of red wine in my hand, and I didn't see the step down from the stage. Collided into the managing director of the company and spilled red wine all over his shirt.
Oh, no.
He picked me up off the floor and then took me to the bar and bought me another drink. Kissing a colleague.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how I got home, but I woke up on the sofa at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, fully clothed, and I've had a 2-day hangover since.
And, of course, there's always the demon that is drink.
Went to lean against the lamppost, missed it completely. They went home, and I was still there the next morning.
No!
With the snow on the top of my body. These snow angels.
And also, you know, we talk about, we want all your Christmas adventures. We want them shared. New Year's Eve party adventures too, as I say, because we'll not be here next weekend, although we will be digitally. We got a bit of a treat for you there. However, Christmas dinner, what could go wrong?
He came round and I said, whatever you do, when you get it from the table, you must push chair under the table. I says, because my oldest dog, the bitch, will be on the table.
Right.
Right? Well, you can guess what happened. I took the turkey through, piece of pork, and he's standing there in the kitchen. And you know when you get this sinking feeling? I said to him, you didn't leave your chair out, did you? The look came across his face, and we went in, and there were the 2 dogs on the table eating the turkey.
Oh, no.
Well, when the scene was, they both tried, they were like on the table, trying to grab this turkey between them, but trying to get down at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not kidding you. The farce continued as I was running around after them, trying to get it off them. Not because I particularly wanted to eat it at that stage, but I knew it would give them diarrhea and I'd be speening up for a month.
For a week, absolutely.
You know, so Christmas dinner ended up being, well, it ended up as an Indian. With roast vegetables and Yorkshire pudding and turkey gravy.
But after all, Christmas is the season of goodwill, isn't it?
The local bin men, includes Gary, Lee and Paul, all give them a Christmas present.
Oh, how nice is that?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. And it's been in the local paper.
Oh, we're getting a bit of cutting outness going on there. Let's get rid of that. And instead, something about Merry Christmases.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you
And that one's not playing at all either, I'm afraid. Oh, we've got trouble in our gubbins here. Let's try one more. Ghosts on a Christmas Shift.
23rd of December 1962.
No, that one's not playing either. And
I was working in the steelworks as a maintenance
can't understand why not. It looks like it's playing. But you can hear it outside.
So we used to get the barrows out, lift the wheel up, bricks underneath, bit sacking in, beside the fire and up to sleep. And the gaffer out the next door, fitting shops, would come in and wake her up if there was a breakdown anywhere in the plant and off would trot.
Right.
So this night, I'm just dozing up and I heard a voice crying. The circumstances, I was in this very old building, the wind was blowing, it was snowing like the clappers, and tin sheets on the roof, blowing about, and the old belt-driven machinery, So I went and had a look out the doors, and there was nobody around, and even my footprints when I went in a couple hours ago were covered. There was no tracks anywhere,
Right.
So this carried on for about half an hour, and I got that frightened. I went next door to where the fitters worked, night shift, and I told the gaffer, hey, I'm in here, I've got the window up a bit next door, and they all had a good laugh at us.
Right.
So the next night was Christmas Eve, and we were out in company, up in concert, and after a couple of beers, I started to tell them this tale. So the company I was in all had a good laugh. I'd already told the wife, what were you drinking like? You shouldn't be drinking at work, sort of style.
Yeah.
Never mind. After the Christmas, I was back at work. It was a very bad winter, that 62, 63.
Right.
A lot of snow come down. And as the snow melted, just where else, the other side of the building, as to where I was, they found the body of a bloke. He'd been lying there for about 6 days under the snow, covered in snow. I had a lot of guilt, that I didn't find him, but outside and where he was just a big pile of snow, that...
Yeah.
A guy once told us years later that it was his spirit passing over and shouting for help.
How about that? Amazing stories. We think we have nailed the problem. We will find out in the hours to come, but we will see. A lot of good things happen at Christmas, but let's have a bad one just for good measure, because we want your stories of Christmas and New Year. Let's get busy. Pick up your telephone and give Chris a call on 0191 488 3188. Alan Robson's Night Owls, it's Greatest Hits Radio Northeast, but not every Christmas is a merry one.
My mum goes to her flat Christmas Eve, gives my dad a kiss goodbye, tells him that she loves him.
Right.
The next morning, she doesn't get up in time to get round the family home for Christmas morning. So my dad goes to wake her up and finds her in bed with another man.
Why is she in a flat?
Well, my granddad, he passed away some time ago.
Right.
And she said that she couldn't stay in the house no more because there was too many bad memories because granddad passed away in the home.
Oh, I see, right.
So it was basically like the family was still together.
Yeah.
But she couldn't bear living there because that's where her father lived.
But the truth was, this was the perfect opportunity to shack up with her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got a similar story to tell? Or maybe you have been on the end of a Christmas miracle, Katrina.
Yeah.
Do you trust the Northeast? Do you feel the love that the Northeast has for you right now?
I love the Northeast.
Yeah, but you cannot love the scumbag that's just taken all your
definitely not.
briquettes.
I hope the person's listening to this, or persons, because I'll tell you what, they don't know what I'm feeling at this moment in time about them.
Now, just hang on a second, because you rang the Night Owls here.
Yeah.
Chris is on our switchboard tonight. Chris, what's happened?
3, just like that, straight away. 3 people kindly offering to buy you a new bag.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
What?
get that tree back up. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Get that tree back up.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll get it back up in the morning. Thank you so much, everybody.
Hey, there you go. People do give a damn, The majority will always outnumber the people that do this kind of thing, always.
Thank you.
They're more than welcome. Hey, there you go. Hey, Night Owls, come on. Special lady came to the end of her tether, and you rescued her immediately. And I would expect nothing less. You're amazing. Ah, dear. Ooh. Special type of people listening to the Night Owls programme and ringing in. We want your calls. Best and worst present you've ever had at Christmas. Any Christmas adventures. Anything where Christmas went a bit astray or turned out to be a bit random, or Christmas parties. We want all that stuff. We're kicking off with Graham, and he is in Heaton. Hello, Graham.
Hello, Alan. How are you?
I'm very well. Good to talk to you. What you got for us then, Graham?
Yes, I thought I'd phone you tonight just be off of the lie, just because 40 years ago today, or tonight even, the Solomon Brown was lost with all crew.
Right.
Died that night.
Yes, that's true.
I'm just trying to say that over Christmas period, just remember all the services and the honour lie, because we'll be on shift 24 hours a day. Rescuing people.
How long have you been involved with them, Graham?
Me, I've been involved 21 years now.
Oh wow, that's a superhero. Well done, well done.
At Tynemouth Lifeboat Station, and I've actually raised nearly £146,000 for them through funding. So
fantastic. Well, next time you're in there, have a chat with them, because we want to do a ghost hunt in there with and the cemetery that's beside it. We did it donkeys years ago. We'd love to do another one. But tell us about this. Why did you get involved? Because we know that you're advertising on TV at the present time, to try and raise money. Great. It's a tremendous cause to do it, because you get no help from anybody to do what you do.
That's correct, yes. Most of the we all volunteers.
Yes.
Apart from the big stations, which has got the big 7-class lifeboat.
Right.
Because they need the full-time coxswain and mechanic. So there's only two crew members paid. Out of, I think it's about 40 at the time of Lifeboat Station. So there's a lot of volunteers there.
Explain to everybody, though, because there's a hint of madness here. Because while everybody else is sitting having their Christmas dinner, if a call goes out and the sea's 20-foot waves, no matter what it is, you're going to put down your turkey leg, hit the road, run down there, get completely soaked, and risk your life. What makes somebody that spectacular? That's Superman stuff. I mean, what made you get involved with that? It's incredible.
It's my story started when I was a child. We used to go to Eyemouth on holiday every year.
Ah, lovely. Right.
We used to have the caravan site on top of the cliff.
Right.
And every year we used to go. We used to hear the maroons get sounded off, and would run to the Coast Guard station on the top of the cliff, and we'd watch the lifeboats go out.
Yes, get launched.
Ever since then, it stuck with us. So I've been on a member my only life basically now.
What's the worst situation you've been out in then? Because to me, as a non-swimmer, it all looks like madness to me, and thank heavens you do it. But crazy people, I mean, what's the worst you've endured when you've been out there?
I would say the worst one was about a fortnight ago in the Storm Alwyn, whatever it's called.
That was the one that
we went out on Saturday night.
Everybody's tails went off and the trees went over that night.
That's correct. We went out on the Saturday night.
Oh, blimey.
And there was a fishing boat out 70 mile off the coast.
Uh-huh.
And so it took 4 hours to get to them. And then it took 14 hours to bring them back on tour. And the winds was gusting by gale force 10 to 12. So we're talking about 100 mile an hour winds.
Now, about a couple of years ago, we went up to Blythe Station, RNLI, and they took me out on one of their boats, and they said, even if the boat tips over, it'll right itself. Now,
that's correct, yes.
To somebody who can't swim, that's not helpful. That's thinking, what, this is going to tip over? But we'll be all right. No, you don't want to hear that when you're out. And I found the technology on board was absolutely stunning. But when you first started 20-odd years ago, you didn't have anything remotely like that. Must have been scarier then, surely.
With the D class when I first started was about 30,000 pounds, and now it's close to like nearly 90 to 100,000.
Right.
Even the big 7-class lifeboat, you're talking nowadays like a couple of million at least.
Incredible.
So the boats, we lost our boat. Our boat is getting renovated.
Right.
So we lost our lifeboat, and we've got a relief boat on station for 2 years.
Right.
And we're getting a new boat in 2 years' time. And our old boat is down at it's down south.
Down south
Getting
somewhere.
fixed.
Right, gotcha.
It's getting fixed, and it's getting a complete overhaul, and then it's going up to Aberdeen, so it's getting a new life. So it's going to save another 20 odd years up there.
That's fantastic. No,
Before being
you
retired.
should be hugely proud. I still think you're crackers, but you should be hugely proud of yourself. Really incredible.
Yeah, we know that we're safe. We get the uniform, we get all the gear provided,
Right.
so we know we're safe. We do the training, so
yeah,
it's all good. And my mentality is I'm just doing a job. If I can rescue one person, that's me. Happy.
Yeah, but you're doing a job, risking your life for no money. And that in itself is just a gorgeous and glorious thing. You should be truly proud, and send me love to all the rest of the men and women that take part in this. Thank you very much, Sinead. Lovely talking to you, Graham. Merry Christmas.
Yes. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to you, Alan.
And I shall.
All the best night owls.
And this is for the RNLI.
Call Alan Robson's Night Owls now.
0191 488 3188.
This is real life conversation with the voice of the North.
Greatest Hits Radio.
Now, Mad Dog McShane has been... Mad Dog McNair, should I say. We've already got a McShane. He says, hi, Alan. I was at school, just in the comprehensive school, aged 11, and I ended up ill. So the headmaster took me home. I walked into the living room and my parents had just got back from shopping and had a brand new Commodore VIC-20 computer for my Christmas gift off Santa. LOL. Following year, I'm now 12, mock exams, stress made me ill. Again, the headmaster took me home. And in I walked to find a brand new twin-deck stack hi-fi in the living room. The headmaster said, maybe I should phone before bringing you home in future. I think so. And on New Year's Eve, I love this. Mad Dog says, my oldest daughter was born on New Year's Eve. She's 24 this year. And from a young age, up until she was about 9 years, we told her that the fireworks were for her birthday celebrations. LOL. She's only just realised when she saw Australia have celebrations on beforehand. So funny. Have a great Christmas to you and all the Night Owls, says the Mad Dog. What's your story? Let's find out Colin's. He's in South Shields. Hi, Colin.
Hello, Alan. How are you, mate?
I'm good, man. Good to talk to you. What you got for me then?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, what would you like to talk about? I mean, the worst Christmas present?
Yeah, best and worst Christmas box. Go on then.
My worst Christmas present was I just wanted a little train set, a little Hornby train set.
All right,
you
yeah.
go around in a little circle.
Uh-huh.
And I got this monstrous train set on like 2 sheets of plywood that your mum and dad bought second hand.
Yeah.
It was terrible, Alan. Never ran. We put new track A, new transformers, new rolling stock. It was rubbish. Anyway, ended up in a skip. But, you've got to be grateful for what you've got, and Santa tried his best. Times were hard.
Well, no, but I had exactly the same. My dad, for about 4 years, kept saying, round about August, September, would you like a train set for Christmas? And I'm going, no, I'm not interested at all in a train set. The following year, he'd go, you sure you don't want a train set? They're really good. Train sets are amazing, and you can do this with them and that with them. You can build buildings and create a station. And I says, I've got no interest in it at all. And about 4 years later, you wake up Christmas morning, and you're quite right, nailed onto a bit of plywood. There's the biggest, ugliest train set imaginable, and I never played with it. He kept saying, would you like to play with it? I said, no. Well, push it under your bed. And then about 3 times a year, I'd come in the house and my dad was playing with it. So I think that's what it was all about right from the very beginning. Nightmare. I don't know what Rod Stewart thinks with these, but he can probably have one that looks like, the Central Station in New York, I would imagine, with the cash he's got. So what's your best one been then, Colin?
Oh, best one.
Yeah.
I think the best presents are always the ones you buy for yourself.
That's cheating a bit. So what was the best one you bought for you then?
I don't know. I mean, probably 17th century Queen Anne flintlock.
Whoa!
It's a box lock flintlock, antique.
Yeah.
I bought that. And I'm quite proud of that.
I'm thinking expensive, surely to goodness, because they're rare as hen's teeth.
It wasn't cheap, but I do. I've met you before. I do the pirate. I used to do like Jack Sparrow stuff.
Oh no, I know exactly who you are, and you're an amazing Jack Sparrow. So
Thank you very much.
So your passion then was weaponry and stuff of that time. Then I'm guessing.
I mean, I think I've always been a bit of a pirate, Alan. I was infatuated as a child for pirates, and I had a parrot called Flint. And when I started work, I bought myself a parrot, and I ended up sailing on tall ships, the Malcolm Miller and the Winston Churchill, and then later on the Russian ship, the Standard.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, on all seriousness, Alan, do you think we are going to go into a lockdown?
It looks like it, but I really hope not. The thing I don't understand, and it's the only thing I don't understand, because I understand the whole power thing. This let us flex our muscles and make sure we have power. I kind of get that, because people who yearn for power want as much as they can get. I understand. I also understand there's this new variant about, and everybody's saying, oh, it's terrible. Lots of people have it. But you see, the clincher for me is, how many people are in hospital with it? 104. Now,
Yeah.
out of the 64 odd million people who live here, 104 people will be in with pails. There'll be more drunk. There'll be more flu. There'll be more everything than that. Now, okay, a lot of people have it, but they're not being hospitalized. Because if we go into another lockdown, that means that every couple of months, when the next Asian flu virus of any description creeps in, we got to do the same damn thing again. And it's a dangerous precedent to set, because it's already tipped the world upside down. Nobody can travel anywhere. Nobody can book a holiday with any degree of certainty. So that means you're a prisoner in your own nation. And I know a lot of people don't mind that, but I like to get a boot, frankly. And I just think you get that feeling in your stomach, slippery slope. Here we go again. Will it make a difference? Scotland have got a curfew in now at 8 o'clock. If you go to a pub or a restaurant, got to be finished by 8 o'clock and out. Now, to me, when does COVID arrive at 10 past 8? Or is it there all day? Do you know? None of it makes any kind of sense to me.
No, I mean, I have a theory.
Right.
And my theory is probably like absolutely crazy, barking mad theory. But I think this has got a lot to do with global warming.
Right.
Okay, so like if we're looking at it logically,
okay,
most of the consumerism is in the West.
Right. Yeah.
If you're a developing country or a third world country, you don't have a problem with COVID as such per se. It's a first world problem, and we are the people in the West who consume most of the stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's all linked to the new normal, the Great Reset. Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum and their blueprint of the future in carbon neutral. It's all about stalling our society and possibly thinning out numbers so that it can put in place a new system.
Right. Oof. Heavyweight.
I mean, heavyweight. It's very controversial, but I've had this view for a long time.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. There's a lot of pointers that and things that have been said decades ago that pointed to us something like this happening. I just can't. I don't wish to believe that that's where we're heading. But who the hell knows? I don't think anybody 3 years ago would have thought for 1 second that we'd be locked down for a week, let alone the length of time that we have been kind of imprisoned.
It's amazing that Anthony Fauci predicted that there would be a pandemic in Trump's administration, isn't it? He's on record saying that.
Yeah, but you got David Icke 13 years ago writing a book about it, how there'd be a disease or a virus, and that would be used as an excuse by governments to do X, Y, and Z. So there's a lot to be said. But let's look at it on the other side. Is it not better that we err on the side of caution with this new variant coming in, and we could stop it and have a fire break and all the things that politicians have been telling us?
Well, it didn't work the last 2 times.
It's hard to argue against that.
They're talking about a 2-week fire break, and let's be honest. The vast majority of the nation has had at least 2 jabs, and potentially 3.
Yeah.
So, they should be protected by now, or, close to protection. And before the virus, let's have a 2-week fire break. And that ended up like it was 3 months.
Yeah.
We're in cold and flu season now with coronavirus. I think there's about 7 different types of coronavirus. One of them is a common cold.
Yes.
Is the test not just picking up the fact that we're in a cold and flu season?
And if we've always managed to overcome the cold and flu season, sadly, some people will be lost because they're lost every year, and they have been since the dawn of time. But I've always believed right from the beginning, crack on, get through it. It'll do what it's going to do, and then we come out the other side, and we're a stronger population because of it.
I feel really heartily sorry for Lemsip and Cavonia. I mean, they must be going out of business.
I feel heartily sorry that anybody's ever been hurt by any of this, because we don't wish anybody any kind of harm. But if you're realistic about how many people die each year, the last couple of years haven't been horrifically more than any of the previous 10. It's been lower in some cases. So
without a doubt.
I don't fully understand where this dance is taking us, but let's hope that we can have a damn good Christmas and New Year, and that we get a better year to come, because we don't half need one. It's all right for you pirates. You're used to eating biscuits with maggots in them and not thinking twice about it. But for the rest of us, we want a damn good time and to eat well, I think, this year, if we possibly can.
I would just say to all your listeners, pickle yourself on rum and you'll be all right.
Yeah, get yourself well and truly pickled. Thanks very much, mate. Great to hear from you, Colin. Happy memories.
Happy Christmas, mate, and all the best for New Year.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye. I love that. He is the best Jack Sparrow you could ever imagine. We're taking a swift break now, but what about Travis and Christmas? And have you seen the film It's a Wonderful Life? And we got more of your emails coming in too, texts and tweets and all of that stuff. This one's from Ali. He says, good evening, Alan. Wishing you and the team and all the Night Owls a very Merry Christmas and all the best for 2022. Also, I'd like to say a massive thank you. You have definitely been a lighthouse in my storm this year, making Sunday night something to really look forward to. Thank you so much for being you and doing what you do and welcoming me onto the show on many occasions. It's really made my year special. Thank you. Big love and hugs. That's from Ali. Thank you, Ali. Great to have you on the show, of course, as ever. Got lots of Christmas mentions and messages and all of that. But Chris is on from County Durham. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Alan. You all right, mate?
Yes, I'm good, man. Thank you very much. What's your view on everything then?
What do you mean by everything? Like life in general? Or,
we've just been we've just been talking about the whole COVID thing. Where do you stand on it?
Well, I haven't had any injections.
Right.
I haven't worn a mask. And I've never social distanced.
I would imagine a lot of people have given you some jip for that lot then, surely.
Yeah, I did get kicked out of a shop once. But it was only once.
So, in general, I would have thought every supermarket asks you to wear a mask, though, don't they still or not?
Well, they did in 2020 when the first lockdown happened and all the restrictions came in. Yeah, I got a lot of hassle saying, wear a mask, and I was like, look, I'm exempt. I really am exempt, by the way.
All right, okay.
And I tried to get on the bus, and then they wouldn't let me. The driver wouldn't let me on unless I downloaded something that
an app or something. Yeah.
Which says, "Oh, look, I'm exempt." So he says, "Well, I'll let you on if you download it. You can show me it later."
Right.
So I downloaded it while I was on the bus, and I showed him. I was like, "Look, I'm exempt because I've downloaded this." I downloaded it off Facebook or somewhere.
Right. So was it real or was it not real?
It was just a thing that's online. You can there's lots of people saying if you want an exemption pass, you need to download this and just show it on your phone.
And the bottom line is you don't have to be exempt really. You can just download it and it's there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
What's the point?
Anyone
What's
can download it.
Point of that, crackers. But you've not been ill, you've been well, you don't have an issue, you've not lost your taste buds or any of the stuff that goes with it. Right, okay.
I've been fine, mate. Absolutely fit and healthy.
Good to hear. Best and worst Christmas presents then, Chris. Come on. Best and worst.
Well, best Christmas present was probably my bike that I bought.
Right.
I didn't buy it, actually. I got it given for Christmas.
Lovely.
When I was about 10 years old.
All right. Brilliant.
And, the worst Christmas present was probably a nose trimmer for my brother.
Yeah. Hard to get excited by that kind of stuff, is it? Well, that's the thing. I remember something that somebody bought me, Mum, and it was, when you can see in somebody's face, oh, they really don't like that. Can you remember a thing called a chia? And what it was like a hedgehog-shaped thing, and it had grass growing in the back, and you watered it, and the grass grew through the holes to make it look like the hedgehog had prongs. So it took me like 3 months to look anything. And it was underwhelming from top to tail, the whole thing. So there's a few of them dodgy things probably out this year too. Anything else while you're on then, Chris?
Yeah, I was going to ring last week and the week before, but my phone was broke. So
I'm glad you did this one.
You were asking about famous people I've met.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I used to play in bands. I'm a bit of a musician, so
cool.
I met Scarlett Moffat was dancing in front of me, and she made a request that we play Kings of Leon.
Right.
So I'll play Kings of Leon for us, Scarlett Moffat.
Sex on Fire.
Oh yes, that's the one.
Brilliant.
I think that's the one. And do you know Paul Daniels' wife?
Yeah, the lovely Debbie McGee.
Debbie McGee, yes, she came to one of my gigs as well.
Aye.
And she actually said it was in Middlesbrough. I don't know, she must be from that area.
Yeah, little bit further south, but that neck of the woods, yeah.
But she wrote a message on I think it was like a teared off beer mat and said, "Keep on rocking." You know, that was it.
It's nice enough, though. I mean, get a celeb saying something nice about you. Are you still doing it? Are you still working live?
No, I mean, I've done it for 20 years now. I'm sick of it.
You're done.
Be honest.
Right, okay. Hey.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Good man.
T-shirt.
Excellent.
I said to friends, I'm through with music now. I've done it all.
Right.
But I had another couple of things written down.
Okay.
You know when the Christmas party thing came out with Boris and that.
Yeah.
Well, I think like having a relationship with the government has to be a healthy relationship, and it's trust.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a relationship without trust. And I think when Boris came out with his Christmas shenanigans, I think a lot of the public lost trust in him. And I think that's one of the main reasons that people are just not complying anymore. Everywhere I go around County Durham, some people wear masks, some are not. You know, there's no challenges anywhere. And
right.
I think people have just had enough after that instance of the Christmas parties.
Yeah, because you think if they're not frightened to mix and match, why should the rest of us be frightened? That seems to be what's come across to me. But mind you, it's not exactly like the first time he's lied about something. Otherwise, the National Health Service would be getting about 1,000 million a month more after the whole Brexit thing. So, and that didn't happen. None of that happened. They didn't even get more than 1% pay rise, for heaven's sake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I don't like to get into politics too deep.
Okay.
But on the surface, I would say he's a bit of a laughing stock now. I know he was before, but now that the whole Christmas party thing's come out, he's not obeying the rules. I think a lot of people have just said, "Oh well, we just need to get on with life now." You know,
right?
We just need to get on with it.
Okay. Well, thank you for all of that, Chris. Great to hear from you. So, is that your view too? Let us have some celeb or two. Now, there's a few people who took part in the whole Band-Aid thing.
Roger Taylor from Queen here. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's coming around again.
Hi, I'm Paul Young, wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
And what about Bananarama? Have they got a story to tell?
Anybody that's ever been in the business for 5 minutes has a mad fan / stalker story. And I want at least one of yours, because you must have had more than most, I would fancy.
You've got your New York one.
Oh, yeah. I went to my hotel room in New York and this girl was in there with this really huge sort of black guy who looked like a bouncer.
Yeah.
And I just said, well, what are you doing in my room? She said, oh, just delivering flowers. And I thought, oh, you work for the hotel? She said, no, I'm a fan. And I freaked out but I was a bit scared. So I sort of just talked to them nicely.
Yeah, be nice.
until I got rid of them and then phoned up the management to go ballistic because someone had actually let them through. Yeah, she'd taken photographs, my luggage tags with address, my home address, stuff with my phone number. And then she got quite nasty. Started writing me horrible letters saying I was poisonous and this and that, and it really did freak me out.
That's really not good.
Yeah, no, that's the worst.
It's crossing the lane, that, by a mile.
There's the REM pod going off. How strange. What the hell was that?
It's knackers. My knackers have fallen. Look.
Oh, God. What happened there?
I had him sitting on the mantelpiece.
So
now think of how thick that mantelpiece is.
Yeah. Wow.
Well done, Knackers. His first mission.
Jumping off the mantelpiece. There he is. That's the
Ridiculous.
new clown. Called Knackers, did you say?
Yeah. His dad was called Knickers. Knickers and Knackers. And Knackers has gone off on his own now. We haven't started yet.
We've just gone live anyway.
Oh, we've just gone live. Well, hello, everybody. Alan Robson with you. Turn around and listen. The REM pod's firing off. The REM pod has never worked for us.
I'm going to put it in a doorway so people can go past.
But it was going off while the three of us were out of here.
Yeah.
And look at it now.
Off camera, already we see each
Kenny's already seen
a dog.
A dog. Now, explain exactly what it was you saw. Because at first, when we were doing the blah, funnily enough, from this amazing building, we haven't even told you where we are yet.
No.
And you saw a black shadow in exactly the place, and you weren't here when the
the
organisers were saying that's where it's just here, this doorway where you see shadow.
6 foot shadow here. Walked from left to right, and then when I was in that room there, a dog, like a black dog, just see the dog. And then for some reason I went, "Is that you, Pete?"
To me?
To Tony? "Is that you, Pete?" And I'm like, "Pete, where did that come from?" So I have no idea. I don't know what's happening, and this is going crazy.
And it's never worked.
But it's never really gone off like that before.
This is going to be some night, I can tell.
Absolutely.
Oh my!
I've set a few
indoors again, isn't it?
I've set a few traps about the place. You know, like.
Yeah. Can we see what the traps are?
Yeah, have a look. There's one there, Tony, and if you go through that door, you'll see other ones. There's one there. Do you see on the corner of the bar, right in front of you?
Right.
In front of us?
Yeah,
right in
plastic.
front of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
there. Right.
Some plastic tokens
Yeah.
there.
And the other ones are through here.
Is that not where the guys are? They're in there.
No,
Sure.
I don't think so. Shall find out. Yes, they are.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought they
Okay.
were.
Right. So we've got a clown in play. We've got. Oh, I beg your pardon. It might be. No, I've put it up higher next to the mirror. I've just moved it up a shelf. And I was along a corridor before, maybe through here.
That
Yes, it
thing's
is.
still going off.
Come through here. I know that it's crazy. I've put a couple of them up here too, Tony.
Oh.
Do you see it?
Not yet. When Kenny goes up the way, I will. There we are. The white ones.
Green ones. Right, here we know.
Right.
Green.
But let's go now to where we're supposed to be starting the show. Although surely we've started.
this has already started now, yeah.
We've started it. Let me tell you where we are. Although this is not the best place to share it with. Let's go back into the bar because there's a few things to tell you about the place. The REM pod's still firing. Off and on, off and on. We're in Blythe Masonic Hall. Now, finding stories about this place are slim. Ghost hunters who've been here say that they've seen things. We've had history outside that I'll share with you. We're going to go outside at some point just so you can see where we are. We're so close to the Phoenix Theatre Blythe, which also has history attached to it. You see, it's off now. There's no... If there was something... It's off. Is there anybody here?
Oh.
That's just wild. That is just wild. This bar, some of the tables, especially the table that the REM pod's on, were made from parts of a ship called the HMS Corinthic. The entire bar area, which is this. Oh, I know, I beg your pardon. It's through there. This bar here that you can see. Oh,
That's weird. That's a little bit, but not clear.
maybe the batteries have gone.
It wouldn't light up.
But it wouldn't light up, would it?
So how's it?
I don't know. It was playing before. No. Everything.
Very
that's,
strange.
Everything that.
That can't be right. I don't know what's happening.
This is bizarre. But it wasn't going off.
Never had this before like this straight away.
But this whole bar, if you see it, it's from the HMS Corinthic. And if you want to know what the ship looks like, it's actually on a plaque around here. You'll be able to see. That's it there. If you get up real close to that, Tony.
The light's too bright.
Too bright.
It's fine there.
All
We'll be able to see it.
HMS Corinthic. And this is where you saw the dog
Just there.
walking by. Now, this was going to be our centre of operations. Do you hear that? It's still good.
Still going. If I had to say what kind of dog it was, I would have said a black Labrador. That's what I would have said it was.
Black Labrador.
That was me, I think.
Right. You weren't actually that close to it,
No.
but okay. But that area there is supposed to be where a black figure shows itself and makes the sound of like somebody putting a paint down on the bar.
Use the necromancer here later on, don't we?
No,
maybe now.
Maybe now.
Everything else is going off, so it might be the
Early
perfect
doors.
time.
Early doors. Early doors.
Because this is the just seems to be like a lot of stuff.
So far, but who knows what's in other places?
Exactly. When you install it upstairs.
Let's see what we get. Oh, I'll tell you what I need. I need my amp. Right.
It's gone off. It's off now, the REM pod.
It's off.
It's gone off now.
But for how long?
Yeah. It seems to be.
Can you go for a walk? See what you get?
Go for a walk.
I would go the other way upstairs.
Is it?
To stop flashing. Something annoying, but the red light's flashing. You see it? Yeah. See it like.
It's gone off a bit there. You can't see the light with your torch on it.
No.
Yeah, you can see it
Definitely
flashing
go
now.
now. Definitely go. Right, I'll go for a walk.
Do it.
Right.
Kenny's got the night vision body cam on.
I'm going to go this way. Up the stairs. Up these stairs. Before everyone else gets up here. So that you get a sneak preview. So this is the main room where take it have functions, party.
You make the call. 0191 488 3188.
Greatest Hits Radio.
And for those watching on Facebook and YouTube, we have our brand new coffee cup things, which are actually quite cool. And more substantial than I expected. So happy with them. If you would like to win one, I'm going to give you 4 clues across tonight. Each clue gives you the name of a song title, a greatest hit, and you've got to work out the name of the artists that perform said hits. Okay, so that is your deal. The first clue to a song title is an inability to give a reason for something. An inability to give a reason for something. What song title sums that up? An inability to give a reason for something. You'll get 3 more to come, and we'll keep talking. Sue from Washington, who's currently still in Kings Lynn, wishes everybody a Merry Christmas. Her Christmas story was essentially that her mum pulled the cable, for emergency help, and all the staff came out thinking because they rang her and she didn't reply, and they eventually had to write up in their book, Mrs. Castlin is okay. She's been to Morrison's to get the turkey, because apparently you've got to put a thing in the book for every time somebody's called. Lotta Chu says, I once got given a Wii console, but it has given me epileptic eventually. Awful if that's true. Emma Jane says, I went out one New Year's Eve. We had tickets to the band at Steele's, a Bon Jovi tribute. My seat was next to the largest speaker. I slept through. I had just come off a sleepover shift. Even in front of one of those? Really? Wow. Tell me your Christmas stories, and we want the best and worst thing you have ever had. As a Christmas present, Carl's with us next, and he is in the land of the terrier in Bedlington. Hello then, Carl. How are you doing?
Hello there. You all right, mate? How you doing?
I'm good. What's your story about Christmas then? Do tell.
Well, my best Christmas present is that family comes together for one day only. And you know what it is?
Yeah.
I can say that it's a really special day for all the family to celebrate with each other and have a couple of drinks, cheer, laugh, and just basically support each other. And you know what it is? Last week, you had Nicola on live last week, I believe, who sent a message in because I supported her through her injuries.
That's right.
That were life-changing.
Yes.
You know what it is? I just want to say now, I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart because I've been supporting her all the way through it. And you know what it is? It's the best feeling in the world to support someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, to give somebody the help when they most need it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's it. And you know what it is? The worst part of Christmas is just really not by helping people, but just being there to help them. You know what I mean?
Right. No, it's a lovely thing. But you say you get the family round once a year.
Yeah, you do.
If it's so much fun, why don't people do it 3 or 4 times a year? Or does it just end up in a row? Because sometimes when you get everybody in close proximity, especially if there's a few glasses of loopy juice going around, it does tend to end up in a row somewhere. Somebody kicks the Monopoly across the floor.
That's it, that's it. And you know what it is, Aaron? I can honestly say, right, people struggle through Christmas. You know what it is? I have got the best neighbours I could ask for.
Good.
And just on tonight, on live, on your, obviously, night hours tonight. And I just want to say on behalf of me, thank you very much for what you've done. Do you know what I mean? It's been amazing.
Great.
And her name is Eileen. If you can give me a shout out to her, please.
Eileen, of course, all the best, Eileen. Well done. Okay.
Yeah, obviously she's she's absolutely incredible, amazing.
Well done to Perry, and have a lovely Christmas, man. Thanks a lot, Carl.
Yeah, you too, mate. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. And we have Lauren coming up, I think, and Lauren may just have a Christmas single coming out. We're going to find out about that soon. And in the meantime, let's have just a little listen to a story about somebody else's Christmas, a superstar, no less. And we thought it would be interesting to find out a tale from James Morrison. Now, as you know, one of the people that we knew before anybody else knew, really, he came in here with his tail between his legs, with his talent in abundance, and he's subsequently become one of the best loved and certainly best singers this country's provided us with for many a year. His name is James Morrison. Hiya, James.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Christmas, what does it mean to you then?
Oh, I love Christmas, man. Even when I was a kid, I remember, even though we didn't have a lot, it was always really exciting around Christmas. It was just a really good time for, all your mates and your friends to hook up. And if you're young and under 16, it was the only time you could have a drink, and act like you're an adult, Yeah, but I love Christmas. I think, aside from obviously all the commercial stuff, I think it's just great to be with your family. And, even if it's you have a good time or a bad time, which usually both happen at Christmas, don't they? Everyone expects it to be this amazing thing, and then all these things come out and people argue and have, emotional time. But that's what it's about. I think it's about families getting together and airing out all that stuff that you don't always get time to air out, and have a crack together and have a good time. And yeah, that's what it's all about. So
Right, now that's cool. And I know you're going to sing us a few songs as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to play some tunes for everyone who's being good and supporting the Cash for Kids. So yeah.
Fantastic stuff. James Morrison and his love for Christmas. What's yours? What do you love about it? What do you hate about it? What's been your best present, your worst present? Or if you've had any kind of adventure at the office Christmas party, or maybe the one you had at home for New Year. Anyway, we promised you Lauren, and here is Lauren Amore. Hello, Lauren.
Hi.
Hello, love. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm champy thing. I gather you've got a Christmas single out. Is this right?
I do, and I just had to tell you all about it.
Well, do. What is it then?
So it's called Please Santa, and it's a song that I wrote when I was 16, and I'm now 24, so it's 8 years old. And I've just joined a new management team over in America, and I just thought that it was the perfect time to release it.
Fantastic. Now, we're trying to get it on our system turned around quite quickly. If we do, I'll give it a bit of a blast. 8-year-old, though, and on saying that, most of the Christmas songs we play are like 30-year-old now, pretty much. What made your Christmas song so special back then?
Well, I wrote it about, it was my first heartbreak, and you know what it's like when you get broken up with for the first time. I thought I was gonna die, and I thought I was gonna be the next Elton John, sitting on that piano writing all these lyrics at 16. Then I completely forgot about it after Christmas. It was just so old news. But then it happened again a few years later, and I just thought, actually, this song is quite relatable, and I think people put a lot of hope and expectations on the Christmas for it to be the best day ever, and in reality, for a lot of people, it isn't. And I just wanted to write a song that maybe people could relate to.
So it's called Please Santa. We've got it now. We'll play it when we finished having a chat. Just tell us the gist of what it's about then. I know, I hear what you say. It's not the greatest day for an awful lot of people if they've lost somebody, or they can't be with their family, or their loved ones working, or there's a whole batch of reasons why it might not be a good day. Heaven forbid you're homeless, or you're trying to restart your life again. There's a lot of tough things. Are they the people that you're homing in on then, or what?
Well, it's totally up for the listener's interpretation. It was personally about, so like the lyric is, please Santa, bring him back to me. So that would be, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but it can be about a loved one who maybe isn't here anymore. Just, I like to write songs that are really versatile, and the listener can, make it their own.
Right. How do you find yourself my management company in America? How do you sort that out?
Oh, I mean, it was just, I feel like it just totally fell into place at the right time. I've always wanted to live in America, even if I wasn't a singer. It's just the way that I've always admired. Right. And my song was played on a radio station called Amazing Radio. And one of the presenters on Amazing Radio, who is now my manager, they were actually looking for artists. They didn't even realize that I was English when they got in touch.
Wow.
And we worked it out, and it's something that can be managed, even though we're so many miles away from each other. And it was just one of those things. It was just fate, really.
Right. Well, let's have a listen to it. Lauren, where is it available if people should want to partake and download and all of that?
It's available everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Just type in Amor, which is AMOUR, and then Please Santa.
Please Santa, Amour, and it's Lauren Moore. Lauren, thank you very much. Good luck with it. I hope it works for you. Cheers. Bye-bye. Well, if you want to hear what it sounds like.
Please Santa, bring him back. You watch the sunset through your front door. You hear the same church bells chime. It's such a shame you're not with me though. When it's Christmas time, the snow's reflecting off my window, and I keep thinking it's your car. And no one wants to be alone though. When it's Christmas time, and I keep trying to wish upon a star. 'Cause all these winter nights have been so dark. I left him there a note under my Christmas tree. Please Santa, bring him back to me. Wish you were next to me. And I keep trying to wish upon a star. Please Santa, bring him back.
Now, how about that? I think that's pretty damn good. Well done, Lauren Amore. And Please Santa. Certainly worth checking that out. That's pretty damn good. 0191 488 3188. We are heading off to the Wirral. We've got Margie there. Hi, Margie.
Hi, Alan.
Hello. So what's your situation this Christmas?
Probably spend it with my family, my brother and niece and nephew and me. So
Right. So you're going to miss the family this year?
yeah, I miss my mum and dad and that. They're no longer here. I miss my dad's sense of humour and making us laugh.
Yeah, it's funny because I can remember the year that one of my parents passed, and the second one was never the same again. You know, like quite often happens if they've been together a long period of time. And it's a strange thing because you always, or at least I always used to view my parents as, if all else fails, I could always get a meal and a bed there. Do you know what I mean? Like a safety net.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the safety net's gone, and all of the things that you did every year with them would never happen again. And it leaves a huge hole in your life, that kind of thing. I'm sorry to hear
my
it.
dad left a massive hole, but he had us all laughing our heads off, and I'm hoping we can all carry that on as a family and have laughs. I certainly did last year when I was up in Newcastle.
Right. Well, you got to remember that the whole idea of keeping that going is down to you now. You know, they've passed the baton on to you, and you know the older members of the family have to keep that going as best you can.
I think we all do. Yeah, I think certainly me and my brother still have the same sense of humour as our dad.
Right. That's nice to know. Nice to know. Hey, well, lovely hearing from you, Margie. I hope you have a lovely time. Make the best of it all. Thanks, darling. Bye-bye. Piece of music now, and the Please Santa. Well done, Lauren. What a great song. I remember when she was 16 singing with Eliza Smiles. Great to see that she has progressed. Good voice. Liked it a lot. David says, listening to the show, wondering if you can give me a shout. David Johnson there in Jarrow. So a couple of mentions in. If you want to mention, just send them in. We'll sort that out for you. Now, we are talking about superstars, and everybody's got a story like this man.
Hi, this is Michael Crawford, and I'm a long way away this year for Christmas. I'm in Los Angeles, and it's really hot here. No, I'm sorry it's so cold back there, and I wish I was back home in England. Happy Christmas to you all.
Hi, this is Paul Rogers, and I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Have a great one.
Hi, this is Ozzy Osbourne. I'd like to wish everyone a very heavy metal Christmas and a happy heavy metal New Year.
And also, what about the band James? What are they frightened of?
What are you frightened of, pair of you? You got any irrational fears?
I seem to have developed a fear of heights over the last few. I never was, and then suddenly one day, I think it was I went to Sunderland to the Glass Museum.
Yeah,
and it's this. It's like, what is it, 80, 90 feet tall, the building inside, but the roof is at ground level as you approach the building.
Yes.
So the building sinks into the sort of side. And I was just walking across, to have a view down to the river, and I didn't realize that I was walking on the roof, which is made of glass.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I stopped and I looked down and I could just see 3 floors of people, people having cups of coffee, like 80, 90 feet below me.
Wow.
And I just stopped and I couldn't move. I literally couldn't move, even though my mind was saying, it's glass and it's solid. It's been holding your weight for the last 10, 20 feet.
Yeah.
You're not going to go through it. But I couldn't move. And that was the first time I've had a really irrational fear. And it stuck with me now. I've tried to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you were glad you didn't have your kilt on as well. What about you then? What's your irrational fear?
Celery.
What's happened to you with celery?
Oh, I just hate the stuff.
Yeah.
I just do. I know it's
Jimmy calls it the food of the devil because it takes more calories to eat it than you actually get from eating it. So if
you keep eating it, it kills you eventually.
What kind of thing? Oh, different lodges on the wall. And then up here in the actual lodge. You can smell the history up here. You can smell it. You can see on the wall all the different lodges. There's all kinds of stuff there. And look. Chair. What do we do this? Look on Master's chair. It's really weird because obviously you're elevated above everyone else. All eyes would be on you because you're the main focal point of attention in this room. Where there's maybe 80 people all sitting here waiting to go through things of different degrees and stuff. You're the Grand Master. It's like sitting in a temple, isn't it? And you're the king. But you get a strange feeling sitting in this chair because of the history of it. It's 120 years old, this hall. So you've obviously seen a lot of people through the doors, a lot of people have departed. And just sitting here where others have sat in their positions of authority, reigning in this hall and being the master of the lodge. It's just an enormous sense of history. You don't realise that you come to these places, the smell of the wood, these banners. That one there, consecrated 12th of April 1926. Banners there. That 100-year-old. It's a 100-year-old banner. It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. And people, whether we
gear, you go through different initiations to join the lodges. People call it a secret society. They do keep something secret, but obviously not everything. They do loads of great work for charity. Look at these. Look at that. Here's the different lodges again. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. There you go. So we've got a little bit in here. Down the stairs.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Is there anyone there called? Is there anyone there called Pete? Pete. Pete. Is there anyone there called Pete? Who is in here? Who is in here? Who is in here? Tell me your name. Who is in this bar? Who is in this bar? Come on, talk to us. If there's anyone here. It's going off again,
isn't it? Oh. It's non-stop.
And this is just one of those things that is a bit of a heartbreaker. Says, as you know, my sister died on the 4th of November, and I forgot about the feeling that I had receiving cards after my dad died. To see a card with only one name on is heartbreaking. It happened today, and my brother-in-law gave me and Mum Christmas cards. But to see her name not there felt like a huge stab in the heart. Mum and me both cried. Yeah, it's the empty chair syndrome, isn't it? When you expect that person to be there and they're not anymore. 01914 883 What's your best and worst Christmas present? Trish is with us, and she is in Newcastle upon the Tyne. Hello, Trish.
Hi, Alan.
Hello, love. So, what's your tale about Christmas then?
It's not really Christmas, but I did get a great doll's house. I told you on here the other week about it.
Yes.
And I'm decorating it all up.
Right. Oh, how's that going? Because that's quite tricky because it's small scale, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big house.
Right.
And I'm nearly finished.
Right.
It's got new curtains and lights and everything, and stuff like that.
Did you wallpaper?
Of course, and carpet. And you know what I actually did, though?
What's that?
I managed to carpet the stairs to go up the stairs.
What? Oh, that would be murderously difficult.
It was, Alan, because I was like stuck and I was thinking, how the heck am I going to do this? But you know what? I did it.
What did you use? You cannot use carpet. Carpet wouldn't bend that much, surely.
Excuse me, Alan, yes.
Give over, really?
Carpet, yeah, and I just stuck it down with glue and worked it down.
Wow. Hey, well done. I wouldn't even have tried that. That's just one of those crazy things. Because you see stairs in a doll's house, you never think somebody's going to carpet it. No, you must have the swankiest doll's house on earth now, then.
Well, it will be when it's finished.
Right, good.
I'll have to send you a photograph, Alan.
Do, I'd love to see it. Love to see it.
So just to say as well, though, you're doing really well with the ghost hunts. We all love you.
Thank you, bless.
I haven't spoken to you for a while. And I want you to have a lovely Christmas and that.
Do our best.
Us YouTubers, all love you in there. We've got a great little group in there. Can I just say hi to some of them?
Yeah, of course you can. Go for it.
Otherwise, I'll get kicked out. I'd like to say hi to CMR, Sean Parry, Brian, who's my stalker, Jan, Leg, Emma, Toon Mama, the whole lot of it, Steve. There's too many to mention, I've told them.
Right.
So at least I won't get booted out, and I love them all.
That's great. Hey, well, thanks for being there. Really appreciate it, Trish. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you, Alan. You take care and have a lovely Christmas, okay?
I will do. Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, there you go. Incidentally, if you're not sure what this is all about, on every Friday, and this next fortnight, it's going to be every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube, Alan Robson's Night Owl Ghost Hunts take to the air. A couple of hours, and then lots of chances for you to join the throng and be part of it if you fancy. So that's what that was all about. But we thank you, each and every one, for just being there and getting involved and keeping the kettle boiling, so to speak. And we'll just see how far that takes us. I'm the history guy, and everybody else goes hunting for ghosts and spirits and all of that. And we've caught some amazing stuff on camera. 01914883188. Who else is out there in the dark? We're just getting one of them. And while we're waiting, let's just hear a little Christmas story from Boys to Men. So what's your idea of the perfect Christmas then?
I would just say the perfect holiday itself, just to be able to be with your family and friends and come together and share the love that you haven't been able to share throughout the year because you've been too busy working or too busy going and doing all the things that you you have to do to make sure that you have a happy holiday. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say that's the point. That's the part of it all.
Can you remember what is the best Christmas you ever had, and why was it the best Christmas?
I think one of them might have been, right after our first album came out. And I think it was the best because we had money to buy stuff. So, I mean, when you come from the ghetto where we come from, you deal with the Christmases that you're dealt. But luckily we were able to take care of our families in a special way.
Word.
How about that? Nice stuff. Boys to Men. And from there, we'll nip across to Sean, who is in Gateshead. Hiya, Sean.
Hiya.
Hello, mate. What are you talking about tonight?
Well, it's just the best and worst
Christmas
gifts.
Okay, what was yours then?
Well, my best one has to be me aftershave.
Aftershave?
Yeah, 'cause I just love a good aftershave.
Do you really? I think it knacks. Because I actually do it after I shave. Do you know what I mean? You do that kind of kind of thing, but I kind of leave it for a good half hour now before I put anything on, because I can live without the pain, frankly. But so, which one do you go for then? What's your favourite aftershave then, Sean?
Well, to be fair, I'm a big Hugo Boss and Jeep fan.
Jeep and Hugo Boss, gotcha. I'm smelling you from here. Right, and what's the worst one that you've had then, Sean?
The worst one's gonna be the Nintendo Wii.
Oh, what did you not like about the Wii? I thought everybody loved the Wii.
It just wasn't one of those that suited me.
Right, and just didn't suit you. No, that's fair enough. And also, if you're just on your Todd, it can be a bit of a nightmare. But if there's somebody that'll play with you, if you know what I mean, bowling or whatever, it makes it a little bit better. But then I understand. So you're hoping for some more Hugo Boss this Christmas, are you, Sean?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, I hope you get it too. Thank you very much, and all the best to you, Sean. Thanks for coming on. There you go, Sean Hugo. But you see, a man of simple tastes should be able to manage that, I would hope. So, quick break. We will be back after this, but just a few more stars who want to say something to you.
Hi, this is Tina Turner, wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
Hello, this is Rod Stewart, wishing you a Merry Christmas.
Hi, this is Per from Roxette. Every Christmas, I drink very much Swedish schnapps with my family, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Hello, this is Marie from Roxette. Every Christmas, I really love to be with my family, and I love Swedish Christmas food and loads of snaps, and just be at home and just hope that it's going to be a white Christmas, though. Happy Christmas.
Greatest Hits Radio.
Speak to us. If there's anyone there, if there's anyone in this bar area, talk to us. Who is that that's making the REM pod move? Who is that in the other room? What's their name? I'm willing to go. Come on, what's your name? I'm getting Bill and Joseph a lot. How long is that playing for? Let me go through here, see what's what. Bill and Joseph. No, I've stopped this, but it's still just going. Look, why? It stopped.
Crazy that.
That's still going.
Yep.
But not all the time. Now,
That's weird.
I'm tempted not even to use torches. Do we need torches here? Maybe it's in the cellar we do.
No, probably not, because this is enough.
You sure?
Yeah.
I think the cellar maybe.
Right.
But I've set traps everywhere.
Unless you're going anywhere on your own, then you'll need a torch, because otherwise you'll not see.
Oh, I'll not see. Well, I'll just give it to you.
Do you want to try the back cellar
Where's the back cellar?
on your own? I think it's through here.
I didn't know there was a back cellar. No one told me there was a back cellar. Oh my god.
Oh, the light's on. Shut the light off. Yeah. Is that the light? Hang on.
Can you actually go down?
I just don't know how to knock the light off. Go on, Ken. You don't need your night vision. If there's any, you see any switches?
No, but if you're turning one off and I have got a torch, it's not going to be the best, is it? Oh no, no, because I can't see, and I'm about to fall.
There you are then. But when you get down there, if you get once you get your bearings,
Right, I'll turn the torch off.
you have a look.
Let's see. Let's just get a shot of them going down.
Asking what the worst Christmas presents that I've had. I had a spate. Of really dodgy ones. Where I was working with a roadie once, and I was with this roadie a long time. One year he bought me a pink sweatshirt with a bunny on it. And you're thinking, what world or what state of alcoholism was he in when he thought for a second that I'd even put that on? Also, I got an old battered and stained tea set of me parents once that still had the tea bag and the second-hand dented coffee pot. My dad bought me a scale electric and forgot to buy the cars. And when I wanted a bike, I got roller skates, and it's murder trying to keep up with people on bikes when you're just on roller skates. So tell me your Christmas adventures, your Christmas stories, all of that stuff. And a quick reminder, we will not be on next Sunday on radio, but we will be on digitally with a bit of a special for you. So don't think that those of you on YouTube and Facebook are getting away with it. And if you have not joined us there, maybe next week will be the thing that tempts you over. Maureen's with us. She's in Middlesbrough. Hello, Maureen.
Hello there.
Hello, my darling. What can we do for you tonight?
Weren't you talking to that bloke about COVID, weren't you? Right. Well, I've been away and I came back.
Right.
And I got a ping on my phone.
Right.
I've been pinged.
Oh,
so,
right.
Anyway, somebody was going to ring me. So straight away I thought, I've got COVID. I took 2 tests from home, and I also went out and got a test.
Right.
So this chap rang me and he said, I hope you're in quarantine. I said, no, and I'm not. He said, you're not? I said, no, I'm not. I said, I've had 2 tests. I've been out and got a test. I said, there's nothing at all the matter with me. I said, I've got good taste, good sense of smell, good eating, no cough. I can't tell you when I coughed last.
Right.
So he said, yeah, but you could still have caught something off the plane. I said, do you know something? I said, do you want to tell your elders? Oh, I said, there's more people dying with mental illness and doing themselves in. I said, the way you were talking, I said, whoever does all this, I said, they want to get the brains in action before they put the tongue in motion. I said, because they don't know what they're talking about. I said, there's 70,000 or so at Man United with no masks on. I said, I've been on the plane, with 70 on the plane, all sterilised plane, all with masks, and I'm getting this carry-on from you. You know, right. I think it's absolutely diabolical. I said, what you should do, I said, is get everyone out and let this run its course. I said, because it's just beyond a joke now. It's getting beyond a joke. I said, you know, like I think you can be too clean. I think you should let all this COVID run its course. And and these masks, I've had the full injections, 2 of them. I've had my booster.
Right.
I get my flu injection every year.
Right.
But these masks, I think they're dirty, filthy things, mate, to be honest. I mean, you've got them masks on, your eyes are running, your nose is running, you're coughing into them, you know, and then you go in a pub, you've got to have the mask on. You sit down, you take it off. You stand up, you go to the toilet. You have to put that back on. I can't understand what they're talking about. I do not know what they're trying to say.
It begs a lot of questions. And right at the very beginning, about 2 months into it all, some scientists were saying, just let it run its course like viruses do. It'll be here. It'll hurt some people, but the vast majority of people will survive. And you don't know. Nobody can actually say whether or not fewer people would have died if we'd have just done that. Nobody knows.
But Alan, people don't realise there's thousands die every year with normal flu.
Yeah.
I mean, my friend's husband had a heart attack, and he put down his COVID. She said it was a heart attack.
Yeah.
She said, oh, well, it's just COVID.
Yeah, because if anybody's been diagnosed, and we hear that like 82,000 people were diagnosed with COVID, with the new Omicron variety of it, and yet they say there's only 104 people in hospital. Well, blimey, there'd be more people in hospital with flu at this time of year under normal circumstances, you would think. But on saying that, we can't, you know, the whole world says we've got to worry about it. Are they all lying to us?
Yeah, then they say that. Then I was watching a professor from South Africa, and she was saying that, yes, we have it over here. She said, but it's very, very minimal. She said, it's not dangerous, it's very minimal. So I thought, well, what's he talking about? And then they're supposed to be China, they're supposed to be saying, why are we panicking and all that? Aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know what's going on. Why don't they let run its course? Because, I mean, it's like everyone, now, I'll tell you, in Spain, there's a lad who lives like round the corner.
Yeah.
And he's 5 dogs. He lives in a derelict house. He's got no water. He's got no electric.
Oh, blimey.
And he's as fit as a lot.
Right. Yeah, well, my dad always used to say that you've got to eat a bit of. He didn't say poo. Yeah. He used the other word for poo, if you know what I mean. Everybody's got to eat a bit of that before they die. Yeah. And if you do, it toughens up your immunity. And that's what he believed all of his life. And he was fit till he passed, pretty much. So I would just like this all to be ended as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, when my children, my little one got pneumonia, he's dying. Well, he did die, actually. He got, brought back to life.
Right.
But, and I said to the midwife, I said, look, how? She said, you're too clean, Maureen. You're too clean. She said, well, next door, the one they were filthy, and nothing wrong with him,
Right.
She said, yeah, because you're too clean. She said, you've got no immune system. And I really believe that, I really believe it.
I think there's a lot in it. It's just, if you're a government, can you take a risk? Because that's really the question. What they're saying is they were told early doors that there was going to be a problem. They didn't act on it, and it all went pear-shaped, and Britain was one of the worst countries in the world to suffer it. And they're saying we don't want to be caught with our pants down again. So are they not doing the right thing just to err on the side of caution?
I don't know. I think even too. I mean, I was listening to that lady last week, James, how frightened she was on your program.
Terrifying.
And I thought, terrified. Now, to be honest, I've never been terrified of it. No. I'm just thinking, I just said about all my vaccines and everything like that. And I do what I should do.
Sure.
But, I mean, I really do think they're going overboard with it.
Right. I think there's a lot of people agree with that.
I think they're frightening more people. And I mean, when I came back, I done a test. And then, believe me, I had to go back out and do another test. So I did pay for that test.
Well, we do a test. We do a test every week before we go out and do any of the ghosty things that we do.
Nobody has to pay for them when you go abroad. You've got to pay,
Pay for them? No,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, there's
Well, I paid for it.
Yeah.
And my friends did. All my friends did.
Mhm.
And we still have to go out
Yeah.
and get another test. So what's the logic? I can't see any logic in it.
No.
Why paid? I think it's money racket. It's just a money racket. Because
Right.
we all paid for the test and then we still have to go and get one.
There you got to go and get another one. Hey, lovely talking to you. Stay well, Maureen. Thank you very much.
And you.
You take
Okay,
care.
then.
Bye-bye. And across to Trevor, who is in Gateshead. Let's talk to Trevor. Hi, Trevor.
Hello, mate. Merry Christmas.
All the best.
How are you?
Yeah,
Well,
what are you talking about tonight then? As if I didn't know.
Right, just go in Newcastle, really like, mate.
Right.
Tell you which daft little thing about a gift off when I was a young and like.
Yeah, what's that?
Right, I got a like electric razor. I can't remember if I got it off my mum or somebody or my father.
Yeah.
But I had like a couple of little like now if you eat a Mars bar and the caramel comes off and you've got like a couple of little pubes hanging off your chin when it was 14 and that.
Yeah, bum fluff, isn't it?
yeah. I said about that, didn't I? I felt like manly and all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I say, 13, 14 the next year, mate, I said, God, I had nice, was like, I could see the bone in my chin. You know what I mean? Because I like, when did that much?
Yeah.
There was no, it was like, oh, no, but that was one of the dodgiest Christmas gifts I've ever had. Like.
No, it's just odd as well because you're not used to shaving. You haven't shaved before. What the hell am I doing this for when you can't even see whether there's hair there or not? No, I get it.
Yes.
What's your view about COVID then, Trevor?
Oh, you know, my view about it, yes. What's going on, man? I'm waiting for Optimus Prime to come into town, then we'll all be in bother then. Is that the next variant? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's mental, mate. I'm scared because I haven't been jabbed, and I'm scared for you that have been jabbed.
Yeah, I can't deny.
I can't get my head around it, and now the politicians are starting to say that they're blaming the anti-vaxxers. I don't class myself as anti-vaxxer, mate. I just don't want the vaccine.
Yeah, well,
I didn't go and protest about it or no.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, but you're using you're totally respected for making your own decisions. I mean, you're supposed to be free to do it. Mind you, they're putting enough pressure on. They're trying to force you through, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it, mate. But you know what it is? Apparently we're getting locked down again, are we?
Yeah, well, that's the rumour anyway. Yeah.
Is that what's going to happen, is it?
We think so.
But right, you know, I was going to call you Boris, you know, Alan. Don't apologise.
Don't do that. I've been called a lot of things, but come on.
Sorry, mate.
Steady.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
But it's like, I was listening, you were the caller about Hawking Wagon, and you said something about, like, so there's COVID not on there, so you don't have to wear your mask there, but you've got to put it on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like what I'm going to say to you is, mate, if it's that bad, why didn't they lock it down like 3 weeks ago when we first started talking about this?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. When they're telling everybody that it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, but they're letting it get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
That's what they did the last time. We're coming up to the news. What about Newcastle, though? We've got to ask you about that, Trevor.
Newcastle, mate, man, I think the Premier League's going to get cancelled now, and I think that's going to be the end of it if that happens.
Right.
Because that's what happened to Sheffield United, didn't it, last season? We had that big gap. I'll hold you up, mate.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do
you think they could can they buy the players to save themselves? Do you think?
Well, hopefully, mate. I want that Kieran Trippier, definitely.
Yeah,
I want
great
to defender. Would he lead a whole new defence? I think you said that a couple of weeks ago.
I haven't changed my mind either. If you had a look at what's happened the last couple of games as well.
Honestly, it's not looking very good. But one more thing.
Yeah.
What's happening next weekend? Like, we're having a quiz, like, or what?
No, next weekend there's a special on. They're putting a Christmas special on, so we're stepping back and letting them. Not that we have a choice. We're stepping back. Letting them
Get a quiz on sometime, man, mate. I'm in them. I used to love them.
Yeah.
I used to love your quizzes.
I would love to do one. We'll try and get one on in the new year if we can.
Have a word for with a producer, aye?
I will do. No worries. Thanks, Trev.
I mean, have a good.
Take care. Bye-bye. 0191 488 3188. What do you want to talk about? Something to do with Christmas? Oh, because you got to remember, there's a lot of stars out there that think the world of you lot.
Hi, this is Jane McDonald, and I'd like to say a very Merry Christmas to everyone in the North.
Hi, this is Lionel Richie. I want to wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle, and at Christmas, I like to spend it with my family, my son, and my mum, because she does all the cooking, and it's wicked. I tended to get what I wanted. I know, you know what? Because I was the only girl. We didn't have loads of money, but my mum did spoil me. Okay, so probably, I tell you what, my best Christmas present was probably my Michael Jackson cassette, Off the Wall, when I was really young. I played that to death. I really did. Merry Christmas, everyone.
This is Michael Bublé, wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
Hello. What's that? I don't even know what it is. It's not the best. It's just something else down these. Oh, little cobwebs. Seriously, look. Look at the cobwebs there. That's not going to put too much torch off. Oh, it's pitch black. It's literally pitch black. You can't see a thing. I can't see a thing. You can't walk there. I'm going to fall into something. There's this massive cobwebs. Let's see. And here it's where it doesn't know it's there. I'll give him that. Could it be what? It's like a big boat. Oh no, it's not that because that's been stuck in there for ages. Big boat, look. Don't think you see it. But I thought about maybe think the noise is like a big boat that just stuck in the ground. All kinds of stuff. Okay. What's that? Oh, the ground. No, I don't want to get there. Weird. Very weird.
Still going. Oh. Let's go upstairs. Do you know where the stairs are, Tony?
Yes.
Where?
Right.
Right. Oh,
right that way.
Right. This way.
Right. My right. Well, you're right as well.
Oh.
And then left.
Gotcha.
Going to point the ship thing out.
So, oh yeah. Of course I shall. Now you know we mentioned the Corinthic. This is this whole thing was built out of wood from the officers' quarters on the Corinthic, and it's been turned into this court rack for people that have been used for many, many years, and it is one of the key pieces that they've got here, and I think it's absolutely amazing. So, piece of living history. Where's this traveled in the world? Incredible stories. There's a lot of, normally I've given you a ton of history by now, but so many things have happened that we've kind of got lost in it, but maybe I can tell you one up here. But please remember to share this with everybody. You get yourself one of these, one of our near legendary Night Owl badges. If you share it with as many people as you can and tell them to listen, because there's an amazing story of pirates in this neck of the woods. A guy called Edward Robinson. He was a Geordie from Newcastle upon Tyne, and he went to a bar that is in Newcastle that used to be called the Beehive. And when he was in there, somebody annoyed him. He quite fancied the barmaid, but somebody else was making more headway with him. And the guy said, "You'll never have her, she's mine." And Robinson just leant over, pulled a knife out of his belt and slit the man's throat, and he bled out in the bar. Now, come up, Tony. What the hell was that? You know, there's a lot of Masonic stuff here. I just heard a noise like wood, like exactly like that. And you see it, beautiful Masonic symbolism. Did you hear that?
Oh God, that was a
squeak, like
yeah,
like someone walking up the stairs. Everywhere we've gone in this building, something's happened. I mean, because we didn't even have a grand start like we'd planned, because everything started happening.
Start up here.
This is where we were due to start. Let's go in.
I don't know what that squeak was. It sounded like that.
It sounded like that, like a door.
Like it was that. Wow.
But the door, wow.
But all
the room we were going to start
all the doors are open though. Downstairs, they're all open. So it couldn't have been a door.
I know. But we weren't going to start in here. This is where we were going to start.
Oh no, this wasn't it. It was. This is the lockers. It was in there.
Was it? Where was it? Oh, in here. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness! Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I'm
it was a whoosh. It went. You must have heard that.
I heard. I just heard the floor squeaking about there. It was quite loud.
Yes, it's tricky, but I heard a whoosh.
Hopefully the mic picked that up.
But this Edward Robinson, right? What do you do if you're a murderer in England? You're on the run. You either got to leave England or end up being caught and hanged. And the place where many, many murderous souls went, they became a pirate. And he went off to the Americas. And he eventually found himself on the crew of Edward Teach, Blackbeard. But because, and this sounds ridiculous, Edward Teach, despite what you might have heard about Blackbeard, was a pirate with scruples. He didn't want barbarity. He wanted fair play. Yes, he'd steal and he'd rob, but he wouldn't murder indiscriminately. If somebody was coming for him, he'd kill them all. And Edward Robinson was too much of a villain for him. And he ended up marooning him on a desert island on his own, where another miracle happened. He was picked up by another pirate crew led by a man called Stede Bonnet, who was a very, very famous pirate of the Caribbean. He stayed with him for a while. Then Bonnet gave him his own ship because, frankly, he couldn't control him because he was so violent. And he ended up getting captured after murdering an entire crew of a treasure ship. He killed them all. He didn't need to. He had the treasure. He could have just sailed away. Instead, he cut the throats of all of them and put them over the side. He was caught. He was taken to Charleston, where he and 26 other pirates were hanged. Why am I telling you this about Blythe? He was a Geordie from Newcastle. Because his illegitimate son, Edwin Robinson, lived in Blythe, was born to a Blythe woman. Some say a woman of ill repute, but she took Robinson's name. So for all intents and purposes, a wife. And Edwin Robinson lived here, and he was not here, but he lived on this street, Beaconsfield Street, and he was a smuggler. In fact, he prided himself on supplying all of the inns and taverns in Blythe. And
This is Night Owls on Greatest Hits Radio.
You never know who's going to call next.
0191 488 3188.
now we have a wonderful everlasting coffee cup for you. If you would like to win our special Night Owls brand, very nice indeed. If you'd like to win it, all you have to do is work out whose hits. I'm going to give you 4 clues, and each clue is a song title. It's somebody's greatest hits, and you've got to tell me whose hits it is. The first clue is this: an inability to give a reason for something. An inability to give a reason for something. Okay? Second clue is this: if someone plays a trick on you, this is what you swear. If someone plays a trick on you, this is what you swear. 2 clues down, 2 more clues to come, and loads of you to talk to. So pick up your telephone, join the throng. This will be our last show, obviously, before Christmas and also before New Year. So make sure you get your dobs in. 0191 488 3188. But who should call on me but Valerie? Hello, Valerie in Heaton.
Hello.
Hello, darling. Hi. What would you like to talk about? Go for it.
I was going to first of all tell you about the worst Christmas present I got.
Right.
One year.
What was that?
And what it was a stuffed dead butterfly in a dome. And I'm absolutely terrified of butterflies. So when I opened it,
right,
I really panicked. Now, I'll be honest, I put it in the bin. So that was one of my worst presents ever.
Just kind of a random present at a Christmas, isn't it? Because there's no butterflies at this time of year, he has a dead one.
It was awful. I don't understand why anybody would think you would like that.
No.
You know, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
No, I know what you mean. No, I absolutely get it. And yes, I know they're beautiful things, but not when they're dead and have been stuffed. Yeah. And I don't even know how you go about stuffing a butterfly, but you know what I mean. Oh, dear.
Yeah, it was stuck in the dome and I just panicked. And I just really wanted to talk a bit. I'm in the middle of COVID isolation because I've got COVID.
Right. Have you been suffering or are you all right with it?
I've been suffering. I was getting it quite badly. One of the worst symptoms, I couldn't eat. I couldn't get out of bed for 4 days. And just every time you went to eat, you just felt you were going to vomit all the time. Unsteady on your feet.
Right.
And then I thought, after I'm on my last day now, and I thought, I ran out of everything, and I masked up and everything, went to the shop and took that in the shop.
Oh, no, that's not good.
I just had to go back home again. So they've been really bad. I never thought I would get it because I'm very careful of my hands, my mask.
Yeah.
I don't really mix with lots of people.
Right.
So I don't understand how I got it, to be honest with you, but really nasty burn of it, like.
But you see, what the caller earlier said about, some people are too clean. Their immune system isn't used to fighting stuff off. Maybe that was the case with you, but you got to remember that they say 10 days to isolate, but if it takes you 14 days to feel better, so be it. I wouldn't push yourself to any kind of level. Just get well.
trouble is, I think my job, they're sort of ringing us now and going, well, when you're coming back, and and you just don't feel ready because it's quite a physical job,
Right. Will they
there's
give you
that.
will they give you any leeway, or can you get a sick note from the doc?
I was going to try and get a sick note. I'm not a one. I really don't take time off jobs, so I'm not happy about doing it. But I really don't feel
up to it
enough to be there at the minute.
Right. Well, I mean, needs must. Give them a ring at their surgery and say, look, this is the only way I can avoid it. I'm on my 10th day now and I don't feel well. And I'm sure they'll come up with something for you. Because sick notes used to be the thing. A lot of the people that I've spoken to, they've got COVID and they say, oh, I've got to quarantine for 10 days. But nobody checks. So anybody could say, oh, hang on, I've got, like, I don't know, midnight, I could have come on and said, oh, I think I've got COVID. Oh, I've just been pinged. Nobody says, well, show me, prove it. Everybody just says, oh, okay, then I'll see you in 10 days. And you're thinking, this has got to be the easiest doddle if you actually wanted to take. And I know you're not the sort, but if people wanted to take time off, they could do it now, couldn't they, pretty easily?
Definitely. Well, I went to one of those walk-in centres with the big tents.
Yes.
And they put it down and messaged us as positive. And there's a special form on there that you have to send to your employer to say that the NHS had said you're positive. And
right. Oh, that's all right then. That makes
so
sense.
you can do it that way. But I know what you're saying, though. There's people probably who swing the lead a bit and just say they've got it.
Yeah.
But my company's very thorough.
Right.
Make sure that you prove everything. But but that was that anyway. But I'm improving now. But I just don't know how I got it. But the other thing I wanted to talk about just quickly was how much I dislike Christmas. And I don't want to sound like a negative and dull, but I just don't like it at all.
I'm tempted to go bar humbug, but what is it about Christmas that you don't like then? What's not to like?
It reinforces all the misery memories that I remember and how I've got a family who've never been there for us. It just reinforces all that to us.
Right. Now I understand. Have you not made a family of your own with your friends? Because friends are the family you choose for yourself, aren't they? I mean, because you can't always have a good family. That's a fact.
That's true. There is. I do have a few friends on like virtual, as I call them. I mean, they're good friends. I've been with friends for many years, but they are more caring to us than brothers and sisters and things like that. And I think because you see a lot of families having a nice time when you're out, you sort of wonder why it wasn't like that supposed to be for me, why not me?
And also, whenever you watch any television program, as soon as the commercials come on, it's every happy family having the happiest time in the world, and that's just rubbing your nose in it a bit, isn't it? Because the vast majority of people, I don't. There's one advert at the moment. I can't remember what it is, but it's where Christmas gets more modern and more modern into the future, and they're microwaving turkeys and talking to dogs and all kinds of things. And there's about 20 of them round the table. I can't remember in my lifetime being in a family party where there's 20 around the table. I think the most I've ever been with is probably 6. But
that's the same for us. My mum and dad never really didn't bother, and my brothers and sisters are too mean to even send a card. And I've always, my whole life, even though they've never bothered with me, I've always sent cards to them. And I think just one year, just once. Yeah. It would be nice to find one at the door, but they just don't, they're not. And I don't know, I'm not a hard person to get on with, so I don't know why. Maybe it's just the way they are, and I expect too much,
Well, yeah, I think a little bit of common decency, because that's just courtesy, really, more than anything else. But you see, I've had situations where my family have turned against, members of my family have turned against me. And my view with that is, if you don't want to have anything to do with me, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Get on with your life. I'll get on with mine. And the people that deserve my love and attention will get it. But not the people that don't want you and are taking a lend of you. And that's what they're doing with you. I've got another card from her. I'm not going to send her. You can hear these creatures. I'm sorry. You're better off without them, honestly.
I think I am. I think you're right. Because I've tried, and you just get nothing back. And you know, people say to us, "Oh, well, you've got to send it because what if something happened to them?" And I think, well, flip that around. I say, what if something happened to me? I'm the one that's had COVID.
Yeah.
You know.
No, absolutely. It's got to
people
cut
don't
both
do it
ways.
that way.
But the bottom line is you've tried, and you've tried again. So nobody can hold anything against you. They haven't tried at all. And you get to a point where you say, well, they don't deserve me to even think about them now.
That's true.
That's what I truly believe. If people don't give love your way, there's no reason why you've got to keep giving love the other way, because you just end up looking daft at the finish, don't you?
And feel rejected, don't you?
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
you know.
No, I've had the
but
same kind of
like you. I mean, I'm like you. I mean, my family weren't that type anyway. My mum and dad weren't. And I think, I don't know whether my brothers and sisters have just taken after them, and I'm maybe just not quite like that. You know, but without sounding like
you would like to be a bit closer to them if they felt that way about you. If they don't,
I'd love to have
stuff them,
known what it was like to have a family Christmas dinner all together, like a lot of people do. I know,
But
know,
you see,
I'd love
what
to
you
know.
could do is get on your Zoom and have a chat with these virtuals and say, why don't we have an actual? And the three, once I get out of me the shadow of the whole COVID thing, why don't the three of us meet up and we'll have a bite to eat, or the four of us, or the eight, or however many there is, and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't do it, it'll never happen. That's my belief. Because you always wait for somebody else to sort it out. It's easier if you sort it out yourself and get them to come along.
And they're strangers, and they'll ask you how you've been, if you're okay, and things like that. And I think, and that's people that are virtual, almost strangers to you, you know, which is nice. But that was all I wanted to really say anyway. And have a Merry Christmas anyway.
And I know you're hating it, but do your best. Lots of smiles on your chops. You do, love.
I mean, I don't want to sound overly negative about it. It's just I think it reinforces it, you know, with it being this time of year.
Yeah, you're loud and clear. Happy Christmas, love.
Merry Christmas to you all anyway. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, my goodness, what a shame. And happy Hanukkah. And again, the equivalent of a new year for our Muslim listeners is, of course, Ramadan, I think a few months earlier. So, anyway, all the best. Gan Canny and all of that. 0191 488 3188. We've got a lot of stuff coming in. Tony says, if everybody who dies within 28 days of a positive test is automatically recorded as a COVID death, does that mean if my wife tests positive, I can bump her off for the insurance and can't get done for murder, as officially she died of COVID? That's actually a brilliant strategy. You try it first and we'll all watch. And Rachel and Charlie, redheaded Josh and Chris says, managed to listen to you longer tonight. Just wanted to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Hope you have a lovely day and wishing you warmth and fuzzy hugs. Thank you very much, Rach. Great to hear from you. And also, Tracy, hope you and the team have a fantastic Christmas. Lacey Tracy there. Thank you very much. Special for 0191 488 3188. What are you going to talk about? Paul's up next. He's in Bourburn. Hello, Paul.
Hi, well, I'm just talking about my worst Christmas present I had.
Go on then.
Pair of school trousers.
First school? Was that a present?
That was a present.
Oh,
a present and some tights. With a few nuts in an apple and orange.
Tights?
Tights. Your mother cut the legs off her tights. Put some apples, bobbins and sweets in it.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm with you. No, because when I was little, it was, your Christmas stocking, but it was never like a bought one. I know everybody seems to get a bought one now. To me,
and so I know, but back then it was like pair of tights.
Well, for me, it was an old football sock. All of it. Santa's been, and I'm thinking, what's he got me old football sock for? And there's an orange in the bottom and a few pence and some walnuts. It wasn't.
It's a bag of mixed nuts.
And then me dad, I wouldn't eat them, but me dad would sit next to the hearth with a hammer and spend the whole day going on an almond or a hazelnut or whatever kind of nuts there were there. Walnuts, I seem to remember a lot of. And then you'd end up getting a bit of shell in your mouth and cutting your gum and, oh, blimey.
Exactly, they're flying all over the place.
Shrapnel. You got to watch your. Nowadays, you'd have to wear probably safety goggles or something.
I'm a visor.
But the school trousers that's. I can't imagine anything worse than that. I've got you a new pair of grey pants for school. Oh, thanks a million. You still there, Paul? Paul was there a second ago, and suddenly he's gone. We'll try and get him back. Paul in Boburn. For some reason, he was just locked there, and he suddenly stopped being able to talk. But we're going to get him back, so just hang on in there. This is the kind of thing, everybody's had a really lousy, dodgy present, but I've got to find out what stuff has really pleased him, because I'm fairly sure the cut-off legs of the tights didn't quite do it. Hiya, Paul, you're back.
Right.
So
I will cut off there.
What was I know you got your back. What was the best present you got then, if the school trousers didn't do it for you?
Oh, I said things back. I had the 80s, weren't they?
Yeah.
My father was a striker mine and all, so went through it.
Yeah, I bet you did. That was tough years.
Another Christmas, I went to my wife's in 85.
Right.
In Durham.
That was
I fetched her home.
Uh-huh.
My mother and father knew nothing about her.
So you brought her over for Christmas dinner?
She went to school back home. My mother kicked her out of the house.
Really? Blimey. Anyway, she must have loved you to stick with you, Paul. That's the thing.
Well, 36 years later, we're still together.
That's brilliant. Congratulations. Good stuff. Hey, good talking to you. Thanks for coming on, Paul.
Right, but I've got another thing to say. I've been listening to you since 40 years.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Blimey,
what I used to do was, I had a pair of headphones.
Right.
I used to put up my hi-fi, stretch the cable to my bed, so my mother and father couldn't hear. And then all of a sudden, the wire would pull out.
Right. Then you're up out of bed and having to slide it back in again. Brilliant. Hey, happy days. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for your loyalty. Cheers,
all
man.
The best, Alan.
And you, man.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. That's super cool. Anne, I've got Anne's card today. Thanks for everybody that sent in cards and found us, because that's a job in itself. Anne says, Alan, I don't like Christmas either. I feel for the homeless people and parents who struggle to give their kids presents they can't afford. I put up with it for the kids. Now that they have their own kids, I'm free to do Christmas or not. When my husband was alive, we used to go to Portugal just to get away. They have a week of Christmas, not 3 months of it. Even though they're very religious, they have a proper Christmas, not a mad shopping fest. Hope you and everybody have a happy Christmas anyway. Signed, Bar Humbug. Ha ha. And my view of it is, and this is from the heart, I hope you have a brilliant time. For me, it's the winter solstice. The winter solstice is where the earth essentially dies. It goes to sleep. It becomes dormant. And it bursts into life. It's where the idea of the resurrection came from, because the earth is reborn around Easter time. Although Easter was a Roman festival before it was a Christian one, Oestra. Oh, it's complicated, isn't it? Anyway, my view on it is it's the dormant time of the year where we snuggle up, we keep warm, we keep safe, and then we get ready for the warming of spring to come. So that's what it is. Enjoy it as best you can in whatever way, in whatever form your faith dictates. Enjoy, stay safe and love each other. And as I always say, play nice. Just play nice. It'd be good if you did. 0191 488 3188. We have 2 clues down. We have 2 more clues to come. The last 2 are the easy 2. The last one will give it away, even if you haven't got any of the other 3. Fourth one is easy peasy, pudding and pie. Third clue, I think if you're into hit music, greatest hits especially, you'll get it. But let us head across to the Wirral, for we have James there, our second Wirralite tonight. Hello, James. Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for joining us. What are you talking about tonight then, James?
There's a few bits and pieces actually.
Okay.
I will tell you, I've now had my third jab, my booster.
Are you
last
all right with
Tuesday.
it? Nothing happened?
Good. Only a few side effects from the booster.
Right.
But, and by the way, it's 0.3 milligrams. It is 60% of a full dose.
Right.
If you didn't know that,
I didn't.
It is.
Right.
It has a strange name beginning with a C, but it's not. It's not. It's nothing to be feared, to be worried about.
All right.
So I know of somebody who still hasn't had any vaccination at all. I think he's mad about it. Crazy for that, because I think it's important. You should get your vaccination.
Yeah, I hear that, but I have to try and obviously balance it on both sides. And his view, I don't want to do it. He's entitled to, really. And on the other side of it, if you think about it, if you are boosted, and all of the people who feel strongly about it are boosted, they should be safe from anybody who hasn't had any.
Well,
if you know what I mean.
If they're going to do any of these restrictions, I think they should only apply to people who haven't had any dosage of vaccine.
It is looking like that, because they are saying if you want to go to football or the theatre or whatever, they may well be bringing rules in to say only if you can prove you've had the 3. So there's that. It's just, if you're the guy that was on earlier who hadn't had any of the injections, the only people telling him to get them is the government. And the government tell the radio and the television, and the government tell the newspapers what they can print and what people can say on TV and radio. So you're just getting what they say. Now the view of the people that haven't had the injection don't believe them and don't trust them. So I kind of get that, because they do lie. They do lie. You see, that's the thing.
The choice, but the papers are not instructed on what to say by the government, not in this country.
Well, we see. We were told, as an industry, we were told by the government that if we didn't do what they told us, we could lose our license. So the newspapers were similarly threatened. So a lot of pressure was brought to bear. So it's not quite as clear cut as you making it.
I think we're going to get some restrictions coming in, but it was promised it would happen after Parliament was recalled. It would not happen before MPs get a say. So unless they're going to bring Parliament back before Christmas, we won't have restrictions before Christmas.
Right.
Otherwise, they've broken another promise.
But would that be such a big surprise?
Well, no, it wouldn't.
That's the thing.
Nobody's going to listen because of what they did last year, I'm afraid. And there's another one in The Guardian tonight. If you heard the news, it was just on.
Yeah.
Incidentally, while I was waiting to speak to you, I had a strange dream about walking in the countryside in the middle of sort of summer, and the moon was in the sky right above my head, and it was twilight, and I was walking along with my mum and dad.
Oh, right.
And my mum died 5 years ago, my dad died 3 years ago, and I miss them every day. What a nice dream to have.
It's lovely. Well, must have made you feel closer to them, which is a beautiful thing.
I must tell you about a couple of odd ones. The very first present I ever had. I didn't show any sign of. This is 1970. I was born. So my birthday is Tuesday this week. I'm 51.
Happy birthday! Good on you.
Thank you. My mum didn't get to see me for a week because I was in an incubator.
Right.
But this is at St. Cass in Birkenhead. Basically, I was given those. I don't like dogs because they frighten me, and my mum was bitten by 7 Alsatians. Right. But when I was 4 days old, I was given a little fluffy dog to play with for Christmas.
Right.
It was the first time I ever showed any signs of life. That was my first present. My most useless, not my most useless present, but when my dad was 80, so that was 2006.
Right.
My Uncle Alan, my mum's half brother, his idea of an 80th birthday present was to buy him, have a guess.
80th birthday present.
Yeah.
No idea. Go for it.
He was bought a pair of socks.
You can't get excited about it.
Not for an 80th, you don't do that. It's not appropriate. You want something more interesting than that. And my auntie Liz, as in Alan's wife, he bought my mum a couple of useless presents over the years. Because my mum was she was Presbyterian and she became pagan.
Right.
And her sister-in-law Liz was she is a Catholic.
Right.
But not a practicing one. My dad was a non-practicing Catholic as well.
Right.
But Liz bought my mum once an enormous stone-type cross that you would put in the garden. She found it no use at all. And the other silly present they were given, my mum was given, was a ceramic plant. Again, you couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
It was totally useless.
Yeah, I get it.
But I must tell you, there's a couple of Christmas jokes if you like.
Oh,
that.
yes, come on, let's have them.
I'm more than one because I've got a couple of them.
Okay.
Where does Father... more than one, all right?
Okay.
Where does Father Christmas go on holiday?
Where does Father Christmas go on holiday? I don't know.
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz, very good, very good.
What does Father Christmas use in the garden?
I don't know.
A ho ho ho, and a ho ho ho.
Oh, right.
And also, what is Father Christmas's favourite bread?
Father Christmas's favourite bread? I don't know.
Ho ho ho.
Oh dear. Thanks, James. All the best.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
And a happy birthday to you too. Thank you for coming on. Let's get some celebs. They all want to talk to you lot.
Hi, this is Rick Davis from Supertramp. And I'm John Helliwell from that same aggregation. And wishing you all a Merry Christmas, where you will do the same as John Helliwell when he drinks a lot of beer and has to get carried home.
Thank you.
That's good.
Right.
So I'm
Finally-
pissed already, don't I?
Hi, how you doing? It's Peter Andre here, just to say have yourself a very, very safe and Merry Christmas.
Hi, folks. This is Brian May. I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And you guys out there, thanks. Queen rocks and rock rocks.
My name's Andy Bell. I'm in a band called Erasure, and I'll be spending Christmas on the beach in Cape Town in South Africa.
And
Happy
what about
Christmas?
Merry Christmas? And what about Leo Sear? What's the worst pain he's ever had? What's the worst thing that's ever happened to the Leo Sear body? Accidents, operations, screaming pain. How have
I
you
fell
suffered?
off stage in 1977 and really damaged myself. But I was lucky. I seemed to... I bounced on concrete. I fell about 25 feet.
Jeepers, right.
And about a couple of years ago, in Australia, I suddenly had a hell of a scare and I had to go and see a specialist. It looked like I was going to have a kneecap replacement.
Oh, right.
But something happened rather miraculously. I think some people went out and, as silly as it sounds, said some prayers for me. And I went to see the knee surgeon, and he said, "Get out of here." Because he said, walk in again. No, walk the other. You're walking normally. Last time you came here, you were terrible. So somehow it kind of healed itself.
Righted itself. Wow.
Yeah. So look, I'm born lucky. I can honestly stand here and tell you now, I've never broken a bone in my body.
That's amazing.
I've bounced more than I've broken. And I've fallen off stage a few times. I can't run anymore because I did my ankle in so much trying to dance on stage. But I still prance all over the stage. And I'm very, 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 very lucky.
play certain tricks on people. And in this case, what they did, he was in a bar, he was having a fight, he was mouthing off, he was drunk, and the bar man, the landlord, wanted him quieting down because he was saying, "You can't throw me out. I provide all of the liquor for this bar. And without me, this place wouldn't even be open." Now, you just needed one tallyman, one customs officer, or anybody who knew one to hear that story, and you could shut the bar down. They could come in and take everything and arrest Robinson. So the landlord needed him quieting down. So he got a hold of him, and Robinson pulled a knife, but the landlord had a billy club, a big, long, heavy bit of oak usually, and he smacked him over the head and knocked him out, and he carried him to the door of the tavern, which is at the end of this street where it's currently a UPS delivery point. Did you hear that?
That's Kenny.
Oh, it's Kenny.
And then he died there. I had to do a double take.
Yeah, me too. Have you had anything? There's all kinds going on.
The REM pod's going crazy now. It was just going absolutely just crazy.
It's never stopped since we started.
And then obviously the box went off. That cellar was just loads of cobwebs and stuff. Didn't really get anything in there. There was a noise, but didn't really get anything in that cellar yet.
Right.
But yeah, you can feel it here.
There's stuff going on.
It's freezing.
So anyway, back to the story of Robinson.
I'm freezing again.
I know it's very cold up here. The Robinson story. So there he is. He's been knocked out by the landlord, dragged to the door, and he just threw him on the road. Now, you got to remember, it's not a busy car road like it is now. He just dumped him on the road. And he thought, "You stupid swear word, sober up." And he went in to serve the rest of his clients. And this is where something really ironic happened. A coach carrying tons of ale slowly trotted up the lane to deliver Robinson's brew to the pub, end of this street. And the coach went over the body of Edwin Robinson and killed him. And his own people selling his booze killed the man responsible for providing it. And it's said that his spirit is around here somewhere on this street. And we're getting a lot of stuff going on. As you know, it's all about imagery with the Freemasons. And if you come over here, Tony, and you have a look at this, I don't know how close you can get to it. Maybe I can pull it out. I can. I'll bring it to you. Can you make it out?
Yeah.
It's an eagle spewing fire. And what it symbolizes is the battle that Freemasonry has against injustice, spewing fire on any of those that steal, that lie, that cheat, that betray. It's all about imagery. And the imagery that they have here is fabulous. I must admit, I think it's absolutely beautiful, this stuff. Although, frankly, you could never use this as a billiard cue anymore. Is Kenny gone? No. Right. I just couldn't see you. Just couldn't see you briefly.
It's strange, isn't it?
It's got a feel, hasn't it?
You need to be here to feel it, though, don't you?
Mainly downstairs.
Downstairs, everything's kicking. But when we came up here, we heard a squeak. I heard a noise like wood moving.
Yeah.
And obviously the floor's sprung in such a way that it's a very squeaky walk, isn't it? Just sit down, Kenny, and see if we get anything. Is there anybody here? I think that was Kenny rather than the chair.
I don't know. No.
Is that you speaking?
No, it's the chair.
Is there anyone in here? Make yourself known. Did you hear that?
There's noises, isn't there?
Did you hear that, Tony?
Mm-hmm.
There's, like, that was over beside you, wasn't it?
Well, no, Sounded like it was your mic's probably picked it up more than.
All right,
one.
okay. There's like a wood thing in the middle of the floor, and it's with like a puffy around it where you presumably you kneel to make a pledge. Just over here. It sounded like it came from there.
That's what they initiated, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then the Grand Master sits there.
Yeah.
33 degrees. Not 3. People think it's 3, but it was 33 degrees. That noise there.
That may have been me.
It's 33 degrees.
Uh-huh.
Duke of Kent's the top mason. Top the guy earlier, he's the 30th degree.
Right. So he's quite high up.
Oh, very high. Yeah. Even 40 odd years. Never fancy being a Freemason?
No, but the more I get to hear about it, it's not what my dad believed it to be. My dad always was against him. As I say, my Uncle Jack was high up in the Masons.
Yeah.
And he swore by it. You know, he said, oh, look, black shadow on the wall, look.
Oh, God, moving?
It's gone. Did you see that?
No, I was.
Oh, you're
over there.
kidding.
I don't think Kenny's camera.
Turn your light off, Ken.
Kenny's camera's probably not going to catch it either. If he's sitting down.
Yeah, take the light away from the front of the camera, Kenny.
Right.
You see, just so that was odd. That something came in.
Well, you can see that on this.
Call 0191 488 3188.
Greatest Hits Radio.
So we are 2 clues into our competition. We just had an email from Ant who says, Alan, I would love to hear some of your ghost adventures, especially the ones where people are screaming and running out of the building. They're there on Robson's World for you, robsonsworld.com. If you head there, there's thousands of things waiting for you, new stuff going on every week. So we're always worth a look, and lots of pictures and ghosts and bits and bobs on there for you to entertain yourself with. Have a look. 0191 488 3188. 2 more clues to come, and we're off to Benwell. Val's there. Hi, Val.
Hi, Alan.
Hello.
How's you?
I'm good. Good to talk to you again.
Oh, well, I'll tell you a funny thing that happened to me. But I met my friends in the town the day.
Right.
And we went right over the town anyway, and we're on Granger Street. Well, we popped in this little place and had something to eat.
Right.
And then we come out, went across the road because she wanted to go to another shop for a top.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden she starts panicking. And I'm going, what's wrong? You left something. So I started panicking with her. And she went, me mask. And I went, all right. So we went to turn around to go back to see if she'd left it in the place we'd been. And then I went, you silly bit, it's under the chin. Well, we both just burst out laughing, and we were standing there killing ourselves laughing, crossing my legs at the same time.
Funny. That's
funny. But I thought we must have looked like right numpties, panic in the middle, because obviously they were coming in the town for the football at the time.
Right.
I mean, that was about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and they were starting to come in,
Sure.
nothing. Because the place we normally go for lunch, for a Sunday dinner, was actually, if we go up there, it'll be absolutely jam-packed because they go there to watch it in the bars and that. So I says, no, I'm not going in there. We'll just stay out. We've got our masks, but she needed a couple of things. So, but I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I'd looked around, and I wouldn't mind. I turned round in panic to go with her, and I was looking at her.
There's been a couple of things like that this week. I know somebody I saw him going through his pockets, and he didn't have a mask on, and he was waiting. You're going through your pockets. Is it in my top pocket? Is it in my back pocket? Is it me front? And he had it on his wrist. You know where you
That's what I normally do, yeah.
And I could see it was on his wrist, and it's like, it's on your wrist, man. And the other thing that was weird, we were doing this ghost hunt out and about this week, and we stopped it. There was a tiny village. It only had one shop.
Oh, right.
We realized we didn't have a mask. So my mate Kenny went to the door of the shop and shouted in the shop and said, "Excuse me, do you sell masks?" And the guy said, "Yes." And he says, "Well, can I have one?" And he says, "You can't come in the shop because you haven't got a mask." And I'm thinking, so how do we get a mask so we can come in your shop? And he wouldn't come to the door with a mask. What? So it's completely stymied. We couldn't do anything about it. But that's the problem. Everybody's apparently supposed to walk around with like 3 and 4 masks with them at all times, because if they get mucky, they are the spawn of Satan, apparently. So you've
is that what it is?
got to chuck them away if they get mucky. Oh, because that's defeating the object, right? But anyway, what else?
Happens if the washable ones? Obviously, you can take them home and wash them.
Well, you would think. I know. You stick them in the washer, they come out, they're good as new, you'd think.
Just make sure I've got an extra one in my pocket. Oh, right.
We didn't have one at time. We got out there. We did.
I'm not starting with that anyway. I've had all my jabs.
Good.
In fact, I had a couple of extra ones this year.
What else did you get then? You got the flu one?
I got the pneumonia one.
Oh, the pneumonia
which
one.
I kept refusing that, you see, because I thought, I don't really need that. But the texters in between me, other two, said, you need a pneumonia injection valve. Do you want one? So I said, oh, well, go on. You pricked us with everything else. You might well prick us with that now. So I've had more little pricks this year than I've ever had. Well, anyway, I'm going to say goodbye on that note.
Thank you.
And have a nice Christmas, and I hope you have a really good New Year.
We'll do it, Anders. Thanks very much, Val. All the best. Bye-bye. Isn't she great? 0191 488 3188. The voice of my homeland, of course. 0191 488 3188. Andrew is on about, I think, one of our previous callers. Hi, Andrew.
You all right?
Hello, mate. Yes. What can we do for you?
No, I never catch the name of that lady it was on before, but she seemed a bit upset about Christmas and spending by herself and that.
Yes, that's right.
I've had times like that before, you know, so...
Right.
But you just got to get on with it, basically, haven't you?
Right. Well, I mean, every year's not going to be like the Sainsbury's commercial, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Where you see all the families and everybody's happy and grinning and it's amazing and incredible. Can't be like that every year, and it's not like that for most people, frankly. Well, I mean, what are you going to be doing this year then, Andrew?
Well, I'll be by myself, but my lass lives down south, you know, so...
Right. So you'll be able to talk to her, or do you Zoom her now so you can see her on your screen, or do you look at her on your video caller?
No, I'm not that up technology like, but I'll just give her a call, you know. So.
Right, okay. No way you can be together? Is there no chance of that? Could you go down there? Could she come up here?
Well, not basically with the pandemic. If the way it is and that, you know.
Right, I understand. That's fair enough.
But what I wanted to say was, you know, when I was 17, my brother says he'll always be there for us, like, but it never happened, you know.
Right. That's a shame. Well, let's hope you can make it as nice a Christmas, and hopefully once all of this malarkey's over and done with, you can be back together with your beloved again. That would be a nice thing to think about.
It will be, aye, but just tell that lass to keep her chin up, you know.
Okay, we'll do that. Andrew, thank you very much. And, we got something rather grand coming your way now. It's a track that came out right around the time when everybody was going punk. We got a few people just want to say hello before that. My goodness, because you're such a friend of the famous. Greatest Hits Radio Northeast, of course.
Hi, this is Alexander O'Neill wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.
Hi, I'm Elkie Brooks. This Christmas, like a lot of you ladies out there, I'll be chief cook and bottle washer. I think we've got 11 this year for Christmas. So I'll be busy preparing and going round the supermarkets, getting all the things in. And what I usually do is try to, like a lot of you, is prepare everything on Christmas Eve. So all I've got to do is switch things on and try not to get too drunk while switching things on Christmas Day. But I love it. And I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all.
Hi, this is John Challis. You probably know me better as Boise from Only Fools and Horses. Just like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I just want to say have a wonderful and Merry Christmas, and thank you all of you for supporting Cash for Kids.
And this is Chris Rea. Happy Christmas, Alan. And this is Chris Rea. And this is Chris Rea. Happy birthday, Alan.
Get out! Drags him off. Wonderful.
Hi, this is Cher, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas.
And what about Kaylee? What's she doing this year? What does little Kaylee want for Christmas? And how'd you go about getting?
No, I was.
Oh, you're kidding.
I don't think Kenny's camera.
Turn your light off, Ken.
Kenny's camera's probably not going to catch it either. But if he's sitting down.
Yeah, take the light away from the front of the camera, Kenny. Right. You see, just so that was odd. That something came in.
Well, you can see that in this camera.
Hopefully.
Would have picked that up.
Unless I thought
not
your
the
light.
torch is there.
No, the torch was in front of it.
So noise as well.
When I walked in this room, I heard like a whoosh noise.
Said it was the oldest part in here, didn't he?
Yeah.
You can just feel it, can't you? You can feel it in the whole part of it. Like I say,
Put your hand out. You can feel air moving.
Yeah.
You feel air moving past you.
I felt it before. I did it before in that room by myself.
We got so many stories here from around this neck of the woods, and it was interesting because when I was talking to the staff earlier, they were telling me that they'd seen a dog here, and the very first thing that you said,
I saw a dog. Yeah,
they said that there's been a dog spirit in this building.
Never.
Now, when I mentioned that there is a story of a dog ghost that I got, and remember, share this feed. Come here in a second, and let me tell you, if you share, Night Owl badge could well be yours. We'd love you to have one. It would look very fine on every item of clothing you own, including your pajamas. But there's a story of a dog, and it's an Alsatian, and it was supposed to be a dark Alsatian. I don't know the color, whether it's brown or gray or black, but it was dark, and the spirit of a dog is supposed to walk up and down this street, Beaconsfield Street. However, the staff, yes, they've seen a dog. You saw a dog earlier on, and it was 100% dog. Now, in 1917, 4 Zeppelins flew across Northumberland to hit Alnwick, and 3 of them bombed Alnwick because the area that they were thinking to invade, because they thought about invasion in the First World War, was going to be the Northumberland coast. So they were getting rid of some of the big places, and the biggest place in central Northumberland is Alnwick. So they bombed it. 1 Zeppelin got lost and came down here, and it dropped all of its bombs at the bottom of the street, the opposite end to where the tavern used to be, and there was a huge crater, and at the edge of the crater they found Sabre, the body of a black Alsatian. Now, that was the police dog belonging to P.C. Barton. Now, when I mentioned P.C. Barton, Kevin, who runs this place, said, I know somebody called Barton. He trains police dogs. What's the chances of this? And I had no clue that he would say that. But this P.C. Barton apparently was out doing his shift as a policeman. And back in the day, they used to patrol the area where they lived because it was an area known to them. So they knew where the bother was and who the trouble was. And when the Zeppelin saw any size town as it was passing the coast, it thought, get rid of all the bombs, otherwise we'll go up. Yeah. So dropped its bombs
Bomb went off at the end of the street, killed Sabre the dog that PC Barton was leading home because they kept the police dog at home. And they never found one scrap of Barton. So the bomb must have hit him, you know, not just near him.
Just hit him.
It must have just hit him and vaporized him. They never found a helmet, a shoe, a button. He was gone completely. Now, for the records, they didn't want to give the Germans any credit. So they said, the bombs landed in Blythe, but nobody was injured. Now, Sabre the dog died. PC Barton was never seen again. And he lived on Beaconsfield Street. We're on Beaconsfield Street. And maybe his spirit is around. I don't know his first name.
A couple of people just seen an orb fly past the screen when you were talking about that. That could be.
But how weird would it be if his name was Pete?
For some reason, I said Pete before, and I don't know why.
But the dog we've already had.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Did the policeman live on Let's Be Avenue? Let's Be Avenue? Sorry.
Oh, you are.
I am.
Right.
I've got to try and inject some kind of thingy because it's a bit creepy in here.
Kenny, you really don't.
I know, but I'm trying.
Someone mentioned the rods up here.
Ah, the rods. Oh, that's a thought. Yeah,
Well,
if you would.
Should we go and show them where Gwen and Ted are? Just because we haven't showed anybody where
I
they are.
don't know where they are.
I put them in the cellar.
I'll stay
not that cellar.
I'll stay up here. Will they still pick up what I'm saying?
No. See, you need to be near the camera.
Oh, I'll come with you then. I just thought I was getting stuff up here, so.
I think you will.
Well, we can come back.
Yeah.
We can come back.
Probably the rods or something.
Yeah, we'll pick the rods up.
We've got a camera in the cellar as well.
Yeah.
What? There's a camera on them, is there?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm so glad they caught a rat, though. You know, because I was thinking, did I really see a rat? But I obviously did. Come on then. Whip. Yeah, I did, and I was sure that I had, but because you were on the floor and you put the camera down to shine along, this was the other week when we were in central Newcastle. But I'm glad somebody else caught the rat. I know you can't go in there. That's their place of safety. So we are in here. Rods.
The REM pod stopped.
Right, I got the rods. We're going where?
Show
the
where,
cellar.
I'll just show them where Gwen and Ted are.
Okay.
Just because no one.
Just let him do it.
Sure.
Go for it. We'll just sit it out.
This is the cellar in the bar.
Check it.
There you go.
It's just gone.
And that.
And the sound's gone. No, the REM pod's crazy, man.
It was going madder than that before.
How come it's never worked before?
It's just, yeah, they are.
Stay here, Kenny. Kenny, no, stay this side. We're going straight back upstairs again in a second.
Right.
I tell you what, when Tony and I go up, you do a troll and check the various.
I'll check everything.
There's traps in all directions.
Right. I'll check them all. Brilliant. Look.
Yeah. That REM pod's just flying. Everything that makes a noise, we got to be aware of. That was a weird noise. I don't know.
Is that you?
No, I just heard a noise. Did you hear a noise there?
Is that you, Tony?
Was that you?
What?
Like a metal noise.
A scratch?
Not metal. No.
I just heard it. Like a
scratch.
Wasn't this, was it?
No.
No, it was
harsher than that.
Yeah. I just had a real harsh metal noise. The REM pod's been going crazy again.
There
Yeah,
it
look,
is.
Kenny.
There it is.
Can people see it on the camera?
Yeah.
Is anything happening in the cellar?
No, I've just showed where they are. They've got the balls there, the camera on them. So
right.
Should I go down and have a look at this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Oh, thanks. No target left.
Absolutely. Right.
It's like metal on concrete. Someone heard.
Metal on concrete. That's what I heard. REM-pod's going berserk.
It's very active down here. Have you got the rods? And maybe it's active upstairs.
Shall we? Let's go do it.
Right or left? Right.
Yeah, let's try the rods upstairs. Can't believe we've had the amount that we've had already. This is firing, isn't it?
Totally. Very surprised.
And it's
But remember, someone called the phone in last Sunday and said,
recommended it. I know. And thank you for doing that. We wouldn't be here without you. That's where that wood noise came from. You see, everywhere, it's all symbolism.
Oh 0191 488 3188.
This is Night Owls.
And just a reminder that next week there will be a special Christmas special on Greatest Hits Radio Northeast. So enjoy that. We'll be back the week following. And next week, while that's happening on radio, digitally, we're going to give you a bit of a Christmas special and play a full ghost show for you. So get ready for that. It's Night Owls NE on Facebook and also on YouTube. Okay. So just make sure that's what you type in. Night Owls NE. There you go. Knee Bosch. 0191 488 3188. Time for your third clue. Have you managed to work out which artiste had hits? The clues to the song titles. The first one is this: an inability to give a reason for something. An inability to give a reason for something. The second clue: if someone plays a trick on you, this is what you swear. If someone plays a trick on you, this is what you swear. The third clue: people who are in your age group. Okay? Or in this case, people who are in my age group. Okay? For each of your own people in your age group, they are what? Okay? To you. What are they to you? People in your age group. Okay? 3 clues down. 1 more clue to come. And then all you got to do is tell me whose hits they were. The 4th clue will totally give it away. No question. And there's nothing I can do about that. But you'll definitely get it from the next clue if you haven't already got it. And you just got to get 1 clue right, then you can go back through their tracks and work out what the answers were for the others. If you are geet clever as oot. That's the deal. Let's go and talk to Michael, who's in Wrighton. Hi, Michael.
Hello, Alan.
Hello, mate. What are you talking about tonight?
I'd just like to bring up a few points on the vaccines for the COVID.
Go for it.
And more so, like, how it affects people going into, like, hospitality venues.
Right, yeah, because they're talking about only people that have got the 3 ticks on the box. How do you feel about that?
Well, to be honest, I'm one of the anti-vaxxers.
Right.
I'm really against them.
Uh-huh.
But, I mean, it was stated, like, on the national news, various social media platforms, the radio, about that if you've had these vaccines, you can still actually catch COVID.
Mm-hmm.
You can still pass it on and unfortunately die from it.
Yep.
So how does that bring the divide between the non-vaxxers and the vaccinated for being able to go out and enjoy ourselves?
Well, what they're saying is that you're not guaranteed 100%. And some of them say, it depends who you listen to. Some media outlets say, oh, you're 90% protected, you're 60% protected, you're 70%, you're 80%. Nobody has a clue. If they're being honest, they think it gives you a better chance if you're jucked to if you're not. That's all it is. And their belief is that if all the anti-vaxxers got jucked, then we'd all be able to do pretty much what we liked again. Although I don't know how they can say that, because around the corner there'll be another variant swimming in our direction soon. No question about that. So what are you going to do, though? I mean, do you go at the football?
Well, not so much now, but I used to, But, just for going out cinemas, for a meal in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Clubs, nightclubs, things like that.
Is all that enough? Is that if the only way you can do it is to get jucked, will you get it? Will you become a vaxxer rather than an anti-vaxxer?
No, definitely not. No.
Right. Okay.
For the length of time it took them to bring the vaccine out, it hasn't been fully tested to see what actually side effects can come from it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows how it's going to affect, if people are taking other medications.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That could bring problems out in time to come.
Mm-hmm. But it also could save people's lives if what they're telling us is true.
Well, that's a big if, isn't it?
Well, all you can say is, and I think most people have an idea of where I stand on all of this, but surely the best we can do is to go with the best medical advice we can get, which is get the 3 vaccines.
I don't know. Like that when they said the vaccines can cause blood clotting, which obviously leads to heart attacks, strokes, brain hemorrhages, things like that. And I do know a few people, like close friends and that have been double vaccinated, and something like that's actually occurred to them.
Right. Well, there's people within the world of broadcasting here in the Northeast that have lost their lives through a bad reaction to it. But again, the medical people say they're very, very much a rarity. For the vast majority of people, this is the best way to go. Why were you so against it right at the very beginning? Was it just the principle of the fact that they were telling you to do it? Because especially in the North, there is a bit of a, oh, don't tell me what to do or I'll do the opposite, because we've always been a bit like that.
Well, aye, exactly, aye. To be honest, it was just like the length of time that it took them to bring out this vaccine. And there's been viruses, diseases out for years and years. And, they're still working on their treatments for that.
Sure. So you just don't think that it does what they claim that it does anyway?
No, and especially not when they say that you can still catch the virus, pass the virus on, and, like I say, sadly die from it.
Right.
So what's actually the point in having it?
Okay, well, if you look at it from your point of view now, you may be, and personally I hope this is not the case, but maybe in the years to come, you'll not be able to go to a pub, a nightclub, a cinema, go on holiday, go to a football match, rugby, cricket, name another sport. You can't do any of that. Can't go to a big gig. Can't go to a big New Year's party. That's you done. Is that acceptable to you?
Well, it's not exactly how I'd like things to work out, by no means, but if it came to it, fair enough.
On principle, because you see, I must admit, I probably caved quite early, because they're saying if you go abroad, you've got to have the 3 or the 2 at first. It was the 2 injections. Then they said if you go abroad, you're going to need the 3rd injection. So I'm thinking, I haven't had a holiday in 3. Well, like most people, haven't had a holiday in 3, about just over 3 years now, and I could really do with one. And so stick it in there, get it done. And if I become a robot, or if I'm tracked for the rest of my life, at least I'll be somewhere sunny.
Well, there's another one for you. It's like when they were saying about this Omicron that came into the country from whichever country it was.
Who knows?
That's obviously somebody that's been vaccinated, because you can't travel unless you've been vaccinated. So.
That's a fair. You make fair points. It's just, I get the impression that anti-vaxxers don't really know, but you're doing what your gut tells you to do. And the people who tell you to get vaxxed don't really know, but they think it's the best option at the moment. Whether they'll still feel like that in 5 years when the full effects of whatever has happened to us come out, who knows? Because you'll know with any new anything, it's not 4, 5, 6, 7 years till you find out, whether there was a major side effect. When you count them all across the board.
I mean, look at not thalidomide. It could be things like that might come out and yes,
heaven forbid. But hey, who knows? Who knows?
Up against it, but who knows?
Who knows? Not fair question. Anything else then, mate?
No, nothing think of one.
All right,
nice
Michael.
chat, mate.
Good talking to you. All the best for the new year and Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Have
Cheers,
a good
man. Will do. Bye-bye. Heavy year. And we certainly don't want to think about anything like that. Wolverhampton, let's go there. Because James lives there, you see. Hi, James.
Hi, Alan.
Hello. So,
how are you doing?
I'm good. What are you going to talk about for us all tonight?
Well, I'm going to talk about the new coronavirus thing.
Okay.
Because they're talking about putting us into lockdown again.
Yeah.
After Christmas. Now, I don't think people are going to take notice of it because we've had enough. We've had enough.
Right.
And I've got some to ask you, Alan, as well.
Uh-huh.
Next week when I phone, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you could get Boris Johnson actually on the line so people can have a talk to him, see what he's thinking?
No, is the simple answer to that. No, because he's been invited many times by many radio outlets. He'll only do he only does the nationals. That's how it is. So we'll not be able to get. We're not on next week anyway. But no, there's a Christmas and New Year special coming out.
Yeah.
So that's going to be there. Bottom line is, could you believe anything that he told you anyway? Would be my question. Because
not at all.
I would, to be honest with you, the reason he wouldn't want to do a lot of these is because a lot of people will wipe the floor with him, because he may have an intelligent way of talking and dealing with things, and he's reasonably well read, but there's no way he can defend the horrific result that Brexit's brought the country. He can't defend the fact that he promised the National Health Service a fortune. He also promised that he would look after the nurses and the people in the NHS for all of their extra hard work. And he's lied and he's lied and he's lied, and and then we haven't even mentioned the parties yet, which is just ridiculous.
But what about the public, Alan? The public are the most important people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he doesn't really give a stuff about them.
No.
At all.
No, he's in power. He got what he wanted. I think it came as a surprise. As big a surprise for Britain as Trump was a surprise for the Americans. They didn't expect it to happen, but it did, because people were sick of the norm, sick of the fact that things were not seemingly going, and everybody did a radical vote, both sides of the water, and we've ended up with who we've got. There are many people that think he's doing as good a job as anybody could under the circumstances, because let's face it, nobody's had to deal with the pandemic, certainly not in the way it's been dealt with, whether that's right or wrong.
And it's been dealt with pretty shoddily as well, Alan. The first one.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of people that will agree with me on that as well.
I'm sure that's the case. But is there anybody else out there who could do better? Because I know the Lib Dems have won a couple of seats against the Tories just in the last few days. But could the Lib Dems actually get in? Because it's certainly not happened in my lifetime. Is it possible? Do Labour have enough of what it takes to regain control of the country? Because it's been a while for them. In whatever you get, would it be better than what we've already got?
Well, it can't be any worse, Alan.
Okay.
It really can't.
Right. Okay. So what are you going to obey if they say to you, we're going to lock down? Are you going to lock down or are you going to ignore it? Because you seem to suggest that people won't go along with it and won't honour it the next time around.
No, I'm not going to obey it at all because it's just a whole load of nonsense. He says one thing and then he does another.
Right. I think the party thing, especially as it was right in the middle of lockdowns and what have you, to hear that they're all out on the lawn playing games and, you know, it just it's a slap in the face for everybody that took it all seriously, is the thing.
Yeah, well, people did take it all seriously though, Alan.
Sure.
And if that's happening, then we can't trust him.
Right.
At all.
Yeah, but we're a bit of a way. We're a way off an election, though, aren't we? We're a long way. That's a long way down the lane. So it's not like you can just say, "Oh, we've had enough of him." I know a lot of the Tory MPs have rebelled against him. I think it was 60 voted against him the other day. It may well be that there's behind the scenes, maybe they're doing something to replace him. But who out of the Conservative Party would you trust?
I don't know, Alan. I just don't know. It's just he's put the whole country in a difficult position because he's just out with lies all the time.
Right.
And he doesn't know how to lie. He doesn't know how to tell the truth at all.
Right. Okay.
And it's making me it's making the whole country not trust him at all.
All right, man. Well, thanks for your view, James. Appreciate it.
It's okay. So keep something for Newcastle United team. Keep up the work. You won't go down if you keep up the work.
All right. Thanks a lot. Yeah, 3-1 Liverpool, 4-0 Man City. And it comes to something when Newcastle's own defenders duck so that the other team can score. Unbelievable. You cannot make it up, man. Who? 0191 488 3188. On to better days. Always on to better days. Matthew hasn't been on. Let's get him on. Hi, Matthew.
Hello, Alan, my friend, Jerry, kid.
Good, mate. Yeah, good to hear from you. What you got lined up for Christmas then? Because it's just on the horizon.
I know. Christmas, I'm going to play on my Xbox One and listen, watching movies and that. Okay. And I'm saying, Alan, I went out with Ian the other day and it was good. We had a good time. I'm not working this week because it's Christmas.
Right.
So I'm saying, Alan, do you think we're going to go to lockdown on Boxing Day?
I think we probably are, but I hope we're not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah. I know the program's not on next week. I'm a little bit sad about that, but it's one of these things, isn't it?
But we are on Facebook and YouTube. So
but you're not taking calls.
Just not on taking calls, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. 3 more things I'm saying, Alan. They're going to be doing a storyline in Coronation Street about the lady Mina murdering somebody, and a girl called Chloe gets the blame for it. If you know what I mean?
Oh right, Is that exciting?
Yeah, it is. I'm a bit concerned that she's going to get the blame for it.
Oh right.
But,
we'll have to see.
I've had a really good week. I've enjoyed your ghost hunt. I've been listening to the podcast on the YouTube. I'm really enjoying myself. It's been a good week.
Good.
You know
that's
what I mean?
Brilliant. That's exactly what we want. So tremendous. Yep. Good stuff.
I'm saying, Alan, my other point, if Boris Johnson locks were down, a lot of people kind of go and see family over Boxing Day, can they?
That's it. That's exactly what it is. And people are not supposed to mix in households.
I wouldn't give you the lockdown. I would give you the chance to see your family, and then I would lock you down. I wouldn't lock you down into August.
Yeah, but they worry a bit because if everybody has a big party at New Year, maybe that'll spread it a lot. That's maybe what they're worried about. But if you look at how big the crowds are in shops and supermarkets and Christmas fairs and Christmas markets, everybody's within a foot of each other. So you can see why people are a bit concerned about it, unless you take the idea that let's just deal with it and go out and let the virus do whatever it's supposed to do. Because there's some people that believe that that's the best way. But
I'm saying, Alan, I know Boris Johnson's doing his job and that. He's a nice fella, but do you not think he's getting on people's nerves a little bit by saying you kind of go here, you kind of go there? He's not going to stop you having Christmas, is he? You can't do that. You know what I mean?
Nobody's he's saying to people, be careful, and
Yeah.
I even heard Davi today say,
Yeah.
don't cuddle your mum and your granny as much. And you're thinking, well, if you cuddle them once, you might as well cuddle them 3 times.
Yeah. I'm saying, Alan, if Tony wants to cuddle his wife, he should be entitled to do that. Forget about he's worked on radio before I was born. Me with 2 pints, I'll do a shout to Mary Jimmy, shout out to Stewie, shout out to Ian, and shout out to Neil next door. I'm saying, Alan, me with a pint, I've been playing the Call of Duty game this week, Call of Duty Vanguard.
Right,
It's been pretty good in that. The zombies were pretty good in that. And then I played the Black Ops Soul.
Oh.
But you still kind of get a PS5. You still kind of get a PS5, you know what I mean?
Right, okay. Oh, that's not good, is it?
So, are you doing a ghost hunt show on Sunday when the program's not taking the switchboard calls?
Well, we're doing a special just for Boxing Day. We're doing a Boxing Day special first, and then we're playing the ghost show that people have voted for as enjoying the most. So that's what we're doing.
When will the phone and show be back the Sunday after?
Yes.
Okay. I'm saying, Alameva Point, do you know if you get a COVID vaccine and you take the COVID vaccine, can you go to England still? Because I've had people say that you can.
Well, at the moment you can, but we don't know what's going to happen if we're locked down. So let's just hope not.
Yep.
But I must move on. Thank you very much, Matthew.
Good night, Alan.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, my friend. See you later.
Bye-bye. There you go. And we'll be talking to him next year. Blimey, next year. Can you believe it? Time for your 4th clue. And then I'm going to be talking to a celeb about what he's up to this Christmas. Right. First clue, an inability to give a reason for something. A second clue, if someone plays a trick on you, this is what you swear. The third clue, people who are in my age group. Well, you've got to say that. People who are in your age group. Okay. We're talking about your what. And the 4th clue, when a footballer is injured or not playing well, they bring one on. Okay? When a footballer is injured or not playing very well, they bring one on. Bring one what on? Okay? If you know, call Tony right now on 0191 488 3188. 0191 488 3188. Give us a call right now.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
The old podium. I've just heard a kind of a little... I've heard that whooshy noise again. Hey, why not adopt the position? Right. Let us adopt the position, shall we? Is there anyone in this room? Cross if there is. Cross if there is someone in this room. I think that's fairly... Are you female? Are you female? Are you a child? So that's just me getting comfortable. Are you a child? It's saying no. Are you male? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Are you a Freemason? Are you a Freemason? Now, to my knowledge, no one died here. Did you die in this building? No. Did you come here regularly? Oh. I think that's possibly a fairly regularly, not necessarily even regularly. That's odd. Is your name Peter? No. Is your name Joseph? Is your name Bill? Are you happy here? Oh, yeah, well, can't argue with that. Are you alone here? Was that you? Was that you?
No, it sounds like it's near.
I just heard something metallic behind you.
Yeah.
Have a quick look, Tony. What is there metallic behind you? That was metal behind you. Could it have been that lamp at the side of you? We got that.
It's wiggling it and nothing's.
It's not making a noise.
Not making a noise.
I don't know what that was. Could it have been a chair?
Well, I'm standing just behind this podium here holding the camera.
No, but I mean, could it have been a chair noise? You know how the seats are down? Click a seat down if you see what it does.
No.
No, it's not that noise.
Definitely wasn't that.
No, strange.
There's nothing here of metal as well behind me.
Right. The question that I hadn't asked yet. Oh, it's Kenny. Jeez. You're going to have to. I did. There's no Pete, there's no Joseph, there's no Bill.
Maybe you have to move them somewhere later.
Right. I asked a question before. Oh, look at this. As soon as I got up, suddenly it's feisty. You seen this?
Wow.
What about the dog room? Must be someone's dog.
Is there a dog here? Did you have a dog? No. I asked if you were alone before. Are there others here? Yeah. There's other spirits here. So there's stuff. He's a whoever I've been communicating with is a Freemason. And he didn't die here, but he's happy here. And there's other spirits here. He didn't die here. Did you come here in the 1800s? There was only a couple of years of that. Was it in the 1910s, 1900s, 1920s, 1930s? 1930s. Did you come here? Hang on, settle. Did you come here in the 1940s? 30s and 40s?
Ask if his name's on the wall, because all the names are downstairs, aren't they?
Maybe we should go there and.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Show me where it is, because I don't know where that is. Have you seen this though? We're talking about symbolism. Look at that. Now, you don't have to be into Freemasonry to appreciate all this kind of stuff as well, you know. We got one from Hastings over yonder. Hastings Lodge.
Some of them don't exist anymore.
Blagden. Blagden?
that the old electrical thing? Yeah, me. It is, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You used to turn the lights on, whatever. Didn't you? Something like that, isn't it? Oh my word.
I've never ever seen one of them.
Oh, I'm sure you used to turn the electricity on with them, didn't you?
It says danger, 240 volts.
So you did turn the electricity on with them. Yeah.
Well, we've just scratched the surface. I haven't hit the cellars. The REM-pod's still firing. We've got an awful lot more to do. I hope you're going to join us. Tony, how do they do it?
There'll be a link in the video description on Facebook and YouTube, so just follow that and the video will be there. 5 minutes.
And if you're not a supporter, please join us. You get thousands of hours, hundreds of hours of previous adventures. You get them all as a matter of course. Join us. If not, consider yourself Mr. or Mrs. Scrooge. Join us on the other side. Let's get cracking and build up the team. Listen to that.
I know. In fact, you should buy for our loved ones or for our family a subscription for Christmas.
How
That would be a
how
really good
wonderful
idea.
and kindly
There
would
you
that
are.
be?
Yeah.
Just if you can. If you can't afford it, we absolutely understand. We'll still be playing for you and dancing for you like puppets as we are. Have a wonderful everything as always. Have a season to be jolly. If you can, join us on the other side. This is a long way short of being over.
There's got to be more you can tell. There's lots of that.
What you up to?
Oh, it's very quiet.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've got no little ones now, so we have quite a quiet Christmas, but it's fine by me. It really is. We sometimes go to the beach on Christmas morning.
That's a great shout. Great shout.
Some of the night owls I was listening to earlier on who are on their own and whatever, go to the beach because it's where everybody gathers.
Yeah.
And everybody chats and everybody has it was magical the first year we did it, and now you just kind of go and you get really excited because you sit and talk to strangers.
Well, I did a weird thing a number of years ago. I was on my Todd, so I decided I would just make some sandwiches. Christmas dinner, mind you, I have to admit they were Marxies, so they were posh. Not just any sandwich. Oh no! So I got I got some posh sandwiches like the day before. I put a flask up and some cold cans. Got one of those little freezer bag things, that keeps everything either hot or cold. And I drove onto the seabed on the way out to Holy Island.
Oh,
and there's a bay you can pull into halfway. And I pulled into the little bay. And I had my Christmas dinner on my own under the sea.
Yeah.
And I remember singing Under the Sea halfway through. And it was good. Fresh air and something different to look at. It ticks a lot of boxes, a lot more boxes than you'd think.
We all live with this perception of how Christmas should be.
Yeah.
How it is on the films, how it is on... Other people always seem to have a better Christmas, and I'm really a firm believer in making moments that count.
Right.
And it's just going doing something that's yours. It doesn't have to be the same as everybody else, and it doesn't have to be what everybody else expects. It's magical moments can happen anyway.
No, absolutely. I do think there's an awful lot to be said though for going down the coast, because the place is full of strangers, but everybody's really nice.
Yeah, we take the dogs down there, and everybody. We once met this couple, and I'll never forget them. I think I've told you about them before. And they said they had no family. They didn't see anybody around Christmas, and they came down, and we sat on a chair with them. It was actually lovely day that day.
Right.
And they were stroking the dogs, and they were like, "Oh, we can't have dogs now, and we used to have dogs." And when we left, they were just like, "Thank you so much. You've made our Christmas morning special."
Right.
That was the best gift that anybody could have. I couldn't have had a gift that was better than that.
But do you not? You see, I get this feeling though when Christmas comes. You start to feel excited for it. It's not about presents or anything, because to me, I just want everybody's they've got a little bit more of a beat in their step. They're smiling a little bit more. They're chatting a bit more. Even we're all moaning about the same things, but there's a togetherness that isn't there the rest of the year, which is that's a tragedy in itself. But at least at Christmas, you feel a bit. When you get up in the morning, do you not do the whole present thing or not?
No.
Really?
No, we don't.
Oh, do you not
we
buy
used
presents?
To,
do you buy
but
presents
now
or not?
We kind of don't. I buy presents for everybody, and I get gifts from other people, but we don't see them on Christmas Day. So
what?
So
you don't see the people? No,
you don't tend to buy each other a gift.
But you open the
I
present.
don't see my son and daughter are grown up now,
right?
And they'll come on Boxing Day, so we see them on Boxing Day. So we'll get a gift off them on Boxing Day. But Christmas morning,
right.
No, that's why we decided we had to make something special.
Go out and do.
And we had to kind of make it something different, and it was hard. It's hard when your family grows away, and it amplifies kind of you want to be together. But for me, it was about doing something completely different.
Yeah.
Because if I just got up and sat and waited, thinking I've got no presents to open, and I'm not going to see anybody else today, and we're just going to sit and watch a Christmas film. So it was like, right, let's do something completely different.
Great.
Let's make new memories. Let's make new kind of things that you do every year, and it's worked.
Yeah, well, I was hearing
it really has worked, and it lifts. And I know I love Christmas.
Right. Now that's not, just when Anne before was saying, "Oh, I don't like Christmas." When Sheena and her partner were together, they used to just dip off to Portugal and have a day of Christmas rather than like a month leading up to it, where it does get a bit heavyweight. And because television and satellite is as it is, it's not. It actually does Christmas a disservice, I think, because I remember when I was little, you'd wait till either the Christmas newspaper came out where you could see what was going to be on the telly over Christmas, and you'd put a ring round everything that you wanted to see.
Ringed everything.
But now they're going to put it all on anyway, and it's all available all year whenever you want.
And it's repeated and repeated
Dreadfully,
and repeated.
dreadfully repeated. So even that's kind of been taken
that's
away.
a bit sad, but it's. Yeah, I think that's why we as a new generation, we have to make it special.
Come up
we
with
have
something
to find
better.
the moments that make it special, and we have to create new, better kind of, well, not better, but new things that you do every year. I can't think of the word that you kind of,
you're right.
kind of build in, and you do them every year, and that's personal to you.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So that's my plan. But the
Good.
other thing that I wanted to come on and say is I wanted to say Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
But I also wanted to say a big thank you, because I think from every single person that's sitting listening tonight and every other night, you've been yet again for another year a constant that has kept us going, made our weekends special, give us something to look forward to, and just made us all feel part of something.
That's nice.
And I just wanted to make sure that you know how much we love you and how much we respect you, and how special your night owls family is.
It's nice of you to say. As you know,
And I just want you to know
we've been trimmed, and you never know when that trimming may happen again, because the nature of radio at the present moment is do it all from a long distance away, and network. That seems to be the way that it's going for everybody. So you never know, but we'll enjoy it while we got it, and we'll always find a way to keep on.
Even if it's trimmed, Alan. Yeah, even if it's trimmed, we will all follow. So wherever you go, and however things change, and however we progress, and I think I can say this for every single person that's listening, we will follow.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
So I hope you have an absolutely fantastic Christmas and a very special 2022.
Well, we'll try our best. Thank you very much, Alison. Thanks for your loyalty. Really appreciate it. Thank you, darling. Happy Christmas, and have a good New Year. Bye-bye.
Big love. Happy Christmas.
How sweet is that? 0191 488 3188. Last chance is now for you to win this competition, and you can. Remember, you're winning one of our new coffee. What are they actually called, Tony? These are like coffee cup jar, non-spill coffee things. But they've got our logo on the side. So if you would like one, you got to win. And to win, you name whose hits. The first clue to a song, an inability to give a reason for something. The second clue is, if someone plays a trick on you, this is what you swear. Third clue, people who are in your age group, they are what to you? People who are in your age group are what to you? They are, to me, a song title. And the fourth clue, when a footballer is injured and not playing very well, they bring one on. Okay, they bring one on. You got 4 clues. Whose hits? That's the question. Whose greatest hits are they just 4 of? And they've had a damn sight more than that. Hollywood McShane, Tony is waiting for you right now on 0191 488 3188. The stars came out and they all wanted to do just one thing.
Hi, I'm Shania Twain, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hello, this is Charlie Lansbury, and at Christmas I love to get back home after
going here, there, and everywhere, and leading a completely chaotic lifestyle. I sit in my front room, I sip a little malt whiskey, and I listen to my favourite records. And that's exactly how I spend my Christmas. I hope you spend your Christmas in whatever way brings you pleasure, and I hope it's filled with Christ. God bless you.
Hi, I'm Shani from Texas, and I want to wish you all a very merry, merry, merry drunken Christmas.
Hi, this is Tom from No Doubt, and I hope you're enjoying a wonderful Christmas.
Hey, what's up? This is Gwen from No Doubt. Just want to say Merry Christmas. No, that wasn't what his name. I was gonna sing Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells.
Well, it's closer to the spirit, Gwen, isn't it?
Jingle all the way.
About that. Anne's just sent a thing on. Alan, this lady is spot on. They should let you have more nights. You're very special and save lives and people's sanity at times. Thank you very much, Anne. And thanks to everybody who sent little bits in. Haven't read them all out, read some. But I hope you will understand that next week we're digital. Night Owls NE is what you come looking for. And we will be there with a kind of a Q&A that a lot of people have sent questions in. Tony is going to enlist that. And we're going to do that on Boxing Day. So make sure you tune in from 10 on YouTube or Facebook. Try and remember robsonsworld.com as well. There's an emporium on there if you fancy stuff. And there's loads of new stuff going on every week now, which is super cool. But it is time for you to win that competition. And to cover you doing that, I've got this.
Merry Christmas, everyone!